Hi, friends. It's cookie time. How is everybody? How are we doing? Welcome in. Oh my God, wait, the ad break was supposed to be over. Well, that's awkward. I had the green thing go away, but it must have been the ads are starting soon, and now ads have actually started. Womp womp, I screwed up. We're just gonna chat. Making your favorite today? You're jealous? Oh, Will. Yeah. It's time for peanut butter blossoms. Congratulations to Sparkly for being the official first. Seamus is the official second. And Hemi is our official third. Well done, you guys. You're jealous too. You love peanut butter blossoms. Listen, they are spectacular. Hi, Carrie. Speaking of, I actually need to pull, I had put everything on the island that I needed except for, you know, the Hershey Kisses. That's kind of important. 130 check-ins, Carrie. I think you have the top number. I really do. Scooping food off the tray from the oven. Ooh, what's for dinner, Carrie? What are you eating? What are you having? What are you having? And since I don't have anybody else to be beholden to and mess up, you know, my rhythm, because anytime you add somebody else into the mix, your rhythm gets a little screwbally. Hello, Sparkly. Hello, Seamus. Hello, Hemi. Hello, Wazo, and hello, Will, and hello, Carrie. Hi, Bean. How are you guys? Seamus couldn't resist. Dino nuggies and fries with an ibuprofen. The ibuprofen doesn't sound too good, but the dino nuggies and the fries do. Hi, Tamaiti. How are you? How dare we mess up the flow, right? JK, yeah. She was a huge help yesterday, honestly. She was a humongous help. I am so grateful to her for coming by and helping out with the Iwans, because if it had just been me, we would have been at that for twice as long. It would have been a problem. It did nothing. It did too. Did you not hear it? I heard it. So the cookie bake total is still 0 because there's just no good way to count the Iwans. Well, it should come back. It should come through as Fireball audio. I did make an entire mountain yesterday. You are correct. The audio is on this scene. Let me see if Firebot audio is not playing properly. You heard nothing. Properties. It's on Firebot. It's on Firebot. Cookies baked total mountain. You're not wrong, Robin. Let me manually play it, Seamus, and see if it moves the bar. It's under commands. You can hear everything else. I'm surprised you couldn't hear that. And it was very loud. I may actually have to turn it down. Maybe not. Yeah, play sound.
Oh boy, it's a penis.
Yeah, it's coming through. Did you still hear nothing, Seamus? It's low? Okay. See, for me on my end, it's loud. So I just need to turn it up. Hi, Jazz. How are you? I'm just, editing penis noises real fast. Hi, Batwoman. How are you? Welcome in. And L&D, hi. So I have not had any time, L&D, to look for a Madeline pan and put it on throne. We did self-care today. So today was the monthly pedicure day for Seamus and I. So it was literally get up, have a brief amount of time, then we had to run to Target because tomorrow is one of my little cousin's second birthdays and I needed to get a gift for said cousin, and we also wanted an additional shoe rack for, you know, getting our sloppy, wet shoes out of the hallway. So we ran to Target, got home, put stuff away. I had like 30 minutes to eat. Seamus ate, and then it was out the door for pedicures. Got home with like an hour and a half before stream started. So I had like 45 minutes to just kind of chill and then get going again. It's been a moment. It's been a moment today, but it's a good day. It is a big bag of King Arthur flour. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. Scrolling back down. You're getting ghost hugs with Hemi, Lunar, and Riku. Oh boy, Jazz. Good luck on the ghost hugs. Hi, Thea. I definitely can't know who told you to say that, Tamiti. Peanut butter blossoms are your favorite too, Batwoman? Betsy is L&D. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Madeline's. L&D posted on her Blue Sky one of those Pusheen images where it's like, which one are you? And it was like, what, espresso and Madeline's or something like that? And I can't have coffee, so I can't have any of the beverages that were with it, but I was like, oh my God, Madeline's are so good. I've only had them once, and it was in Salem, Massachusetts. It was for my sister's bachelorette party. We went to this place, I think it was called the Settler. It's higher end. Like, you need reservations to get in. I think the meal came to $300 for 4 of us with drinks. Like, bougie as fuck place. But they worked with my food allergies. They worked with Eva's food allergies. Like, the chef came to the table when I mentioned to the wait staff that, hey, I need to know which ones don't have garlic. The chef came to the table and was like, I can modify this, this, and this. Which one would you like? And I was like, this is amazing. Like, that is worth the money, okay? They brought us Madeline's on the house, complimentary, and they were warm from the oven, and they were so good. They were so good. So that is now on the list of find a recipe, get the pan, make them here on stream. You believe it? Yeah, it was so good. Hi, Bucketful Games. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, when we make Madeline's, it's because of L&D. L&D has inspired this. She reminded me of this very wonderful memory, and now I need them again. And I've honestly never had them not warm. So of course, when I make them, I'll have to have one warm, and then I'll have to let you guys know after they've cooled off if they still stand up to how they are when they're warm. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will, because cookies are cookies, you know, right? You're welcome. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And you guys, like, I have to say it again, like, so many thanks to yesterday for all of the hype and coming in and kicking off these cookies the right way with excitement and just like going for it. It was so good. The energy and the vibe was just immaculate, and it's because you guys were here. Like, you helped. And I need to pull this forward. There we go. Now I can see chat better. Now I can see chat better. It'll be easier. Dinner's ready, so you're off. Have fun. Thank you, L&D. Enjoy your dinner. I appreciate you. I love your face. Sad I missed it. Think you finished just before I got home. Will happily watch the VOD. Yeah, I think that's true, because I had been rated out for probably 15, 20 minutes thereabouts when I saw you pop into Allie's stream, to Damn It Karen's stream. You're naked, Jazz! Oh my God, my wife is naked in stream. You know, I realized I have 2 internet wives now. 2. Because my first internet wife is Tamaiti. So you're actually the second, Jazz, which means, like, if we're smushing harems together, You actually got 2 for the price of 1 when I became your wife. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying. Also, by the way, Tommy T, we have another wife. Bet. You lurked there until you went to bed. Yeah, Allie, I'm so happy for Allie. You guys, now 2 of my friends have become official DBD content creators. Sid Coletti and Dammit Karen, aka Allie. Both of them made the program, and I'm so happy for them. I did gain Epic as a waifu. It's true. It's true. And it sounds like Hemi and Pixie and Lunar. Is Riku our husband? No, Riku's just watching. Right? Where does Riku fit into this? Because if I remember right, Riku's male. Riku's male, if I remember right. My brain is just like, all other information is out of it. It's nothing but cookies in my brain. It's nothing but cookies. You just stole his wife. He's like our brother. Okay, fair. Well, then that means, technically speaking, that makes Rigatoni Panini and Just Some Weeb Trash your siblings-in-law, Jazz. Which means Riku has a brother-in-law that's probably just as crazy as he is, because Rigatoni Panini, my brother, he is the youngest in our family, and he completely encapsulates little brother energy. C is for cookie, that's right. That's right. So I did post in the chat, it's pinned just for everybody to know. I've turned my volume up on my desktop. For whatever reason, Google Remote Desktop does not transmit sound, so I can't always easily hear alerts, but I've tried turning it up in there without it, coming through on the mic to make sure that I can hear things, but just in case I miss stuff, that's why. It's because I can't hear stuff. Oh my, Hemi just ate you out in a locker in Nell's. Ooh woo. Lunar says he's the videographer. Oh my. Yeah, you did. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm the videographer. How do you think we support the hair? Riku. I thought it was feet pics, honestly. We do get a decent chunk of feet pics in Phasmo. We just gotta put them on our OnlyFans. Yes, I did that on purpose. You know. So I'm hearing a lot of the peanut butter blossoms are everybody's favorite, which means that you get your favorite almost first, because now the Awans have to be first. They're actually out on a porch where the cats can't get, that's covered completely. It's weatherproof. It's a 3-season to air out and dry. And that porch smells like fried food at this point, because before I sprinkle them with powdered sugar, they do need to dry and air out and everything. And then once they're that way, I can sprinkle powdered sugar on the top layer. I will have to keep sprinkling as I go, because obviously it's not going to settle all the way to the bottom right off the bat. And I can't shake them because that'll break the cookies, but I'll be able to put the lids back on and then they can come back inside at that point. Oni fans, oh Lord, feet pics and Faz are pristine. They are, right, Will, right? We have OF, only feets, that's right. That's right, only feets. Only feets is correct. So we kicked it off with the Awans. Usually, traditionally, the peanut butter blossoms are the first cookie that I make every year. And I usually make in the same night the peanut butter blossoms and the butter dreams, because they're relatively similar. And that gives me an easy cookie to just kind of ease into the madness that is Christmas cookies, because, oh, I forgot my list. Hang on. One moment. I forgot to bring that with me. Perfect timing, because the song was coming to an end so I could get close to the speaker and it wouldn't blast in your ears double. Okay. I have a list. I have a list that tells me how many dozens per batch it's gonna make. It tells me, and I know there's names over here. You don't know any of these people, so it's fine. I have the total number I need based on all of the people. Like Excel adds this for me. And then how many batch, like it breaks it down into dozens, and then how many batches based on how many dozens it makes. And then because I'm this level of nerd, there's another sheet in that document that then ties in to the recipes where I've sorted out every ingredient that I need to purchase potentially or use. And it pulls in the number of batches I'm gonna make, and it multiplies everything for the ingredients so that on the one side I get a complete total of how much of everything I'm gonna need for the cookie season. I just don't have the Awans in there, so we do have to go get more eggs, but that's okay. That's okay. So this year for the peanut butter blossoms, I do need 106 total cookies. 106, which is why I have 2 bags. Because each bag holds approximately 56, I think. Right? 9 times 7 is 56. 63. 63. So that's 126 Hershey Kisses that I should have. I should have 20 extra. I'm going to unwrap and ideally use every single Hershey Kiss. I'll do them up to the 106 and then I'll unwrap as we go for the remainder because I don't know how much dough I'm gonna have. Because here's the deal. I need 106 for my cookie boxes. Beyond that, and what Seamus and I get is included in that. Beyond that, some of these are gonna go up for sale in the bakery. So if you're in the Discord and you're in the bakery, all cookies from here forward pretty much are potentials that you might be able to purchase. Because unfortunately, I can't just give Christmas cookies to literally everybody. If I could afford that, if I were like a super million billionaire, there would be so many more people getting cookies. But unfortunately, the reality of life is money is expensive. So I have to really keep the list down to family and super close friends. It's just the unfortunate reality of the economy. Mini streak, now I have extra streaking. Smart planning, right, Carrie? I've been at this a little bit. This is like year 11, 12, I think, of doing the Christmas cookies. Bubbly, hi. Extras for quality control. Fair, Carrie, they are. Gotta check for poison first, right? Peanut butter blossoms, yeah. So, for the peanut butter blossoms, we are using the peanut butter cookie recipe, which is in the Discord. But because it's a Christmas cookie this time, there is a recipe card in the Christmas cookie recipes section. So if you want to just save and print that, it is available. We're gonna be using, for one batch, half a cup of butter. You can substitute shortening if you prefer. Half a cup of packed brown sugar, half a cup of sugar, a half teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, a half teaspoon of baking soda, a half teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 cup of peanut butter, smooth, and 1.5 cups of flour. So the way I have it slated to do this, in theory, I need 3 batches, but in many instances, I actually end up getting enough out of 2 because this is supposed to only make like 3 dozen, but sometimes I get 4 to 4.5 dozen out of a batch. So because my mixer can only handle 2 at a time, and because oftentimes 2 is all I need, I start by making a double batch. And then as I get to the end, if I realize, nope, I don't have enough, I will make a 3rd batch. Since this only has 1 egg in the recipe, I cannot cut it in half. So it's a whole batch or bust, which means if I do have to get into the 3rd batch for just a few cookies to make quota, and I don't have enough chocolate kisses, peanut butter cookies get made after it because, hey, it is technically the peanut butter cookie recipe. So that's the beauty of this. If you run out of kisses and you still have dough, it's still cookies. Can't argue. Can't argue with that logic, right? Natural peanut butter or Skippy. So Store brand. You can do it with natural, I'm sure. I've just never tried. I like store brand because I don't eat a lot of peanut butter. Seamus doesn't give a shit, and it's cheap. It's cheap. Can you eat a cookie and think of you when you do it? I don't want a cookie, but you kind of want the thought of it. I can absolutely do that, Lunar. I can absolutely do that. It's me! Hi, Ophelia. Welcome in. Welcome in. So the first step is the most exciting step that I could have done without you guys, but I didn't. We need to cut open some bags and unwrap some Hershey Kisses, because here's the thing. We don't want the dough to completely dry out by standing here for what will probably be 20 minutes opening Hershey Kisses. But we also don't want to be opening Hershey Kisses one by one to stick in the dough. That's obnoxious. How do I know? Because I tried that before. Just unwrap as many as you're definitely gonna need right off the get-go. And then from there, if you need more, unwrap more. I promise you, it's way easier to do it this way. Way, way easier. What Seamus really wants me to do, though, fun fact, is sort out the friggin' gumdrops so that he can start eating the extras. I haven't sorted them yet. Can't wait till your oven comes in on Monday. I bet, Ophelia, I bet. It's like mixer booze mixed in soda. Who can? Wait, what? Oh, the peanut butter. You've always used Costco's natural, works fine. We've all got the one we like. Have one for me too. I'd love one, but the logistics of traveling space time are. This is true, Nivex. It's true. Where's Sister of Sam when we need them? Home, probably. That's my guess. Sister of Sam should be at home. 88 miles an hour, 1.21 gigawatts. I know that comes from... I can picture it. It's got the DeLorean. Back to the Future. I've never seen it, but I know where it comes from. Okay, I recognize these things, even if I've never seen these things. Y'all really like hurting yourself by bringing up movie references, don't you? Impressive. The gumdrops, or have a good one, Bucketful Games. Thank you for stopping by. Pretty sure an electric diesel could do it with only megawatts. Yes, you got the okay. What was impressive? Oh, the reference. Gotcha. Okay, so rather than individually count as I'm going to sort these into rows of 10. Because I know when I hit 11 rows, I'm good to go. I just have to open those. I will have an extra, like four Hershey Kisses unwrapped, and that makes it easier for me. I am very much a methodology kind of person. If I can do something that simplifies my life so I don't have to use brain power, I will do it. So while it is a little bit of an extra step to sort the Hershey Kisses into rows, for me it just works. It just works. Oh, and I can show this off while we do it, because might as well, right? Let me just scooch it this way. Now it's Kiss Cam. Throat hurts like a bitch. No! That sucks, Bubbly. That sucks. Every time you say I haven't seen, I think, sounds like a Discord movie night is in order. Good luck, Nivex. Seamus can tell you it's worth your life to get me to sit down and watch a movie. Worth your life. I just don't do it. Which, you know, now that I've gone through the assessment for ADHD and I'm waiting on the results, it kind of makes sense that I struggle to sit down and watch a movie if I have ADHD, because my brain is just like, we can do other things. I've got to really be interested in it to want to watch it or have a purpose. And God forbid it's longer than 90 minutes, because I'm over it. Seamus wanted to see all sorts of things in the theater, and I was like, how long is it? And he'd be like, it's 2 hours. And I was like, I'm gonna have to pee. And he was like, really? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to pee, and I don't want to have to get up to pee in the middle of the movie. There was one, I think it was Wonder Woman, maybe? I don't remember, but it was 3 hours, and I was like, is there an intermission? And he's like, why would there be an intermission? I was like, I ain't going. Sorry. 2, 4, 6, 7. We need 3 more. No, wait. No, I'm doing 10. So I need 4 more rows. I lost track of my brain for a second. But it's back now, I hope. Oh, the power's blinking? Uh-oh, Carrie. Uh-oh. You'd separate them by color and then unwrap? The urge is there, Bubbly. But I remind myself that the wrappers are all going in the garbage, so it's fine. Because the urge is there. I'm not going to lie. You don't do theaters either? Yeah, it's just, I'm glad you've been eating more, Bubbly. That's good. That's good. We saw 3 on the way home. But first, it's 3 powers blinking, Carrie? Hi, crazy guy. Welcome in. How are you? I think I missed a message somewhere. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 2 more. 2 more rows. I got this. I can make this happen. You're kind of in my way, measuring cup. Give myself a little more space here. Seamus and I were also talking a little bit more about P.O. boxes. 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, there we go. I'm going to look into pricing in the town where I have my office, because if that's inexpensive enough, then I may look into getting one there, which will open up me being able to ship cookies to like literally anyone and potentially take orders. And it will also open up, like, if you guys wanted to send me stuff, I would have a P.O. box available. It's not an even number, I know. I know. I'm good, just completely stuffed over to eating kielbasa soup. Interesting. You were cold before, but now you're overly warm. That can happen. That can happen. So 10 times 10 is 100, plus 10 is 110. I only need 106. There we go. So why am I doing exactly 106? So 106 exactly means that when I get to the bottom of the bowl, I know for a fact that I have made exactly enough cookies that I need, and everything beyond it is extra. That also helps me out. Yeah, see, kielbasa is one of those things that I will eat it, but it's like, I don't care for the taste of most meat. So the fact that I'll eat it is impressive in and of itself. Seamus, however, loves kielbasa, like adores it, which I think is wonderful. Seamus is very much a carnivore. He'll eat pretty much any meat if it's not from an organ. With broccoli and cheese. I've never tried it with broccoli and cheese. You know how I really like my kielbasa? I like it mixed in with pierogies and onions. So a good potato and cheese pierogi, and then you've caramelized some onions, and then after you've caramelized or like clarified them while they're still caramelizing, you chuck in the kielbasa to cook. That's really good. And then you just heap that over the top of the pierogis. Yes, that's how I prefer to eat mine. Put that sausage in your mouth. I know, Seamus. Yeah, the kielbasa soup is kielbasa chicken bone. Interesting choice. Chicken bone broth, fresh, red. I didn't know there were multiple kinds of garlic outside of garlic and black garlic. So fresh, red, German garlic, carrot, celery, Vidalia onion, salt, peppercorns, and 2 jars. Oh my God, 2 jars of sauerkraut. Interesting. Hi, full speed. Put these nuts in your mouth, Bubbly. Bubbly, I need you to do exclamation point these nuts with a Z. Nuts with a Z. You already called dibs. Oh, look at your peanut butter blossoms. Actually, Nivex, I will say, Full Speed and Collect have been such dear friends to Seamus and I over this past year with some stuff that they are on the mailing list. They made the cut. So he's technically not wrong. Some of these will be going to his house. Yes, I know, Bubbly. I am very happy to make your command dreams come true. It's absolutely delightful. I'm glad, crazy guy. Yep, and that one's a global command for whenever, well, sort of global. VIPs and mods can use it so that it doesn't get spammed and miscounted for whenever D's Nuts jokes are made. But I do have, for people who are longtime watchers, I think it's like 100,000 channel points. Because what else are you going to spend them on, honestly? I don't really do channel point challenges. I should think of some, but I don't. You can actually have a custom command made that only you or I can run within TOS. Yeah, there's quite a bunch of variations of garlic that you can get. Common German red garlic is usually very spicy. If you get German white garlic, it's more of a mellow spice, but with a good amount of flavoring. My favorite is Vietnamese purple because it is the spiciest of spicy garlics. And then if you turn the Vietnamese purple into black garlic, I'd suck 1,000 dicks for that. Good to know, crazy guy. So if anybody wants to see crazy guy suck some dicks, it's for specific kinds of garlic. Today we all learned. You did, kind of. You kind of did. Mods and teammates have special places in the hierarchy of getting commands. You love black garlic and ramen? Yeah, see, I know nothing about different kinds of garlic because vampire, I can't have it. Garlic upsets my tummy. So I live vicariously through all of you garlic eaters. Bubbly's just spoiled, let's be honest. Yeah, penis is on cooldown, Seamus. Because I knew it would get spammed if I didn't. I go to a garlic festival each year. There's hundreds of variants of garlic. That's impressive that there's enough variants that you can have a festival for garlic. One of your friends calls you Princess Bubbly. That's amazing. Bubbly is spoiled. Bubbly is spoiled, but it's well-deserved. Bubbly works hard. Bubbly keeps me on track with the ghost guessing. It's important. The Gilroy Garlic Festival? Wazo knows more than I do, apparently. Hime-sama. That's right, Seamus. You might like this. We actually have a mascot for the Garlic Festival. His name is the Garlic King, and he really does look quite frightening, but we love him anyways. That's how it goes sometimes. That's how it goes sometimes. You guys, let me ask this because it's telling me at the bottom of my thing that slow mode is on. Is slow mode actually on, or is my OBS chat just lying to me? That's what I need to know right now. You are the bestest ghost guessing mod, 100% Bubbly. You don't see slow mode on? Okay, perfect. It's just OBS lying to me then. Perfect. That's all I needed to know. Thank you guys. Because I don't need you limited. We're chatty, but we're not like 500 people chatty. Your brain is on slow mode after work. That, understandable, full speed. Understandable. Also, full speed. How fucking dare you go live at like 2 in the morning for me when I can't tune in and pick on you with killers and stuff in DBD? Like, how fucking dare, sir? Listen, I'm random as fuck. You are random as fuck. Let's be less random because I'm on a good sleep schedule now. Dang it. You blame your ADHD? It's time to medicate that ADHD with copious amounts of caffeine. Except for when you need to sleep. Then we need to just give you copious amounts of like melatonin or something. My slogan is, I'm Twitch's and Twitter's favorite green troll. Oh my god, Bubbly, I love that. I love that. Copious amounts of peanut butter blossoms. At least 106. At least 106 full speed. That's what this bowl is for. Hi, May. It is time for cookies. How are you? Welcome in. When I was growing up, we called them nipple cookies. Oh, not another nipple cookie. I'm not gonna be able to look at them the same way ever again, crazy guy. How could you do this? The horror, the tragedy. Your day one of Bookmas books. Oh, what is Bookmas books? Do you just have like 12 books to read before Christmas? Like, how does that work? Who doesn't like a small green troll who fights the mean bullies? I mean, you're not wrong, Bubbly. You're not wrong. Too much caffeine makes you eepy? Oh, that's an interesting effect. So I'm pretty sure if you are ADHD, that can be the effect because of the way it works on the brain, question mark. Am I remembering this right? Such a good troll. Ooh. I have 12 Christmas books to read before Christmas. That's amazing, May. What's the first one you're reading? Are they like longer novels? I imagine they're not. I'm assuming they're like 150 pages or less. I mean, I liked it when my sister would get the strawberry flavored kisses and then you cookie dough to make the blonde. Strawberry flavored kisses? I don't remember these. I've seen a lot of flavors, but I don't remember strawberry. Because we were children on the inside. We're all children on the inside, let's be honest. That one got a little messed up in the machine. Just a little. Anyways. Caffeine puts my ass right to bed if you're not careful. It's gotta be the effect for it on ADHD. It's gotta be. I'm reading my Frosty Fake Christmas Date by Cassie Bowen on my Kindle. It's a cowboy Christmas romance. That sounds amazing. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds amazing. I've never read a cowboy romance at all, but it still sounds really good. The author calls it a clean cowboy rom-com. Interesting. I'm 36, but I act 5. Give me same full speed. Same. You give me free reign to act like a toddler, I will act like a toddler. Came out with strawberry flavored kisses a while ago, but they make the perfect nipple cookie. I bet, because they'd be pink. Strawberry kisses would have to be colored pink. It would just be required. Because of the strawberry and the sugar cookie, it tastes like strawberries and cream. Oh, nice. This is your first? You'll have to let me know how you like it, May. You're 37 and you work with 5-year-olds. Yeah. So you're 5 years old by proxy, Bubbly. Sorry. Yeah, Bubbly is a saint for the work that she does. I had to look over for a second, make sure I got the pronoun right. I love the Alejandro pronouns extension and the fact that I can put it into my Twitch OBS chat so that I can see should somebody have selected what their pronoun should be. It helps out immensely. Because sometimes, like, I see a name in my brain, it's just like, oh, that's clearly a femme name, and then the pronouns are he, him, and I'm like, okay. Brain wrong. And, you know, these are names have no voice connected to them, so I can't even, like, try to do it by sound. That's what I tell them when they ask you how old you are. Good. Good, good. See, on the pronoun thing, it says she, they for you, Bubbly. But if you prefer they, I can go with that. Where am I hiding my sister? She's at home. She was only here for yesterday. Sorry, either one. Okay, okay. Because I will admit, once I learn a pronoun one way, it's very hard to swap it to another one. I have had friends who went from she, her to she, they to they, them, and I'm like, you're gonna have to be patient with me because once my brain has learned it one way, it doesn't like to undo it to another. And I will still slip up from time to time because sometimes even when I learned your pronouns correctly the first time, my brain is like, I'm tired. Too tired to process. Female voice, say she. And I'm like, fuck. Just how it goes sometimes. Suspenders went back into the cage in the basement. She was fed, don't worry. I take great care of her. Suspenders is actually not my sister. Suspenders is my Australian friend. Weeb is my sister. Hi, Ever. Welcome in. How are you? It's fun to see Christmas baking. It's fun to do Christmas baking. Too much cookie making nukes brain cells. We get it. You're not wrong. Full speed. And I've been planning this, like actively working on parts, pieces, and coordinations for 2.5 weeks before I even baked the first cookie. I think it's okay to slip on pronouns a couple of times. I'm not gonna ramp on. I appreciate that, Bubbly, because yeah, I think all of us do it. And some people are more gracious about it than others. In both directions. So you admit stealing her from Australia. Okay, got it. I would love to steal Suspenders from Australia. I'm not gonna, like, that is no secret. Seamus and I tell Suspenders all the time to move in. And bring lots of golden syrup with her. All the time. Constantly. I hear him typing. He's agreeing with, I would adopt Suspenders. There it is. Yup. I was mind blown, by the way. So Suspenders has two younger kids. And I can say this because she has mentioned them before. Mr. 6 and I think Mr. Is it still Mr. 2 or has Mr. 2 had a birthday and now it's Mr. 3? Not sure, but 2 younger boys. And because of this, I thought Suspenders was exactly my age. No, Suspenders is like 2 or 3 years younger than I am. And I was like, what? I'm sorry, what? But she knew she wanted kids early on. And she really wanted to be a mom. And so she and her husband they decided to start their family early. And it works for them. And I'm very happy for them. But it was a shock to learn that she was as much younger than me as she is. Don't know if you're man enough to handle 3 women. Seamus, what are you gonna do with a harem then that you want? If you're not man enough to handle 3 of us. Panther, thank you so much for the resubscription. I appreciate it. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. 2-month streak, and it's your prime. You only get 1 of those, and you picked me. That's amazing. Just want to stop by and say hi. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying your arcing and whatever else Seamus has gotten you crazy 42 crew people into. Two gingers with ADHD, right, Bubbly? I can't officially say I have ADHD yet, but if it were a magic 8-ball, it would say all signs point to yes. Aggressive, ooh woo. Tag team. Oh my. That is an aggressive ooh woo. The true Lord of Suspenders is that she's an immortal being who has taken on the mortality role and bakes the best cookies with her other immortal friend, Saknika. But Saknika doesn't want you guys to know this, so we keep it a secret. Oh, not you just publishing that out in the great wide internet ether there, crazy guy. We know you got ADHD. I'm waiting for the test results to be a good person, okay? I'm waiting patiently. Shall say otherwise. Lore. Lore. It is good lore. Yeah, I've already decided, like, if I somehow come back with, no, you don't have ADHD, I kind of feel like I'm going to call bullshit, and I will put myself, because you need an official diagnosis if you're going to get medication or proper treatment, right? I will put myself on the year-long waiting list at that point to get a second opinion. And if 2 people come back and are like, no, then we're going to have to look at what the fuck else is wrong with my brain. But if it's not ADHD, I will be shocked. Because the more Seamus and I talk about it and do like med literature readings on it, it's like, oh, it's been right in our faces this whole freaking time. But I've had so many systems in place where I had to be somewhere on a specific schedule, be it for work or school or what have you. It didn't have a chance to really mess anything up. And then my mom died and COVID happened and everything went to shit. Here, I have a really weird superpower where I'll say the craziest shit and people will forget about it within like 10 minutes, so you're fine. Well, that's a good superpower to have when it comes to secrets. I would love to know something wild, Bubbly. The answer is 69. You're not wrong, but no. The answer is 42. We've almost got all the Hershey Kisses unwrapped. This is the last of them. I know, I messed up my nice, neat lines. I messed up my nice, neat lines. It will be good, though, to get an official diagnosis and take that diagnosis and get proper counseling and or treatment and or medication, because I was telling Seamus, like, I'm fairly productive as it is, but it's very, like, scattered productivity, right? I will do things in my own time when I damn well feel like it, and no amount of self rewarding will change that, because I literally will be like, all right, I'll be able to have a hot cocoa after I finish 4 shorts. And then I'll look at making the shorts and I'll make 1 and I'll be like, but what if I just got my hot cocoa now? There's nothing stopping me and I'll just go make the hot cocoa. Like, I cannot give myself self-rewards. It's just not a thing. They have to be an outside entity who can control it and literally be like, no, bitch, you did not do what you said you were gonna do, therefore you cannot have the thing. And it can't be Seamus that controls them either, because I give him the puppy dog eye look, or I'm just like, man, really? And he caves. Every time he caves. We've had several counties evacuated in my state for historic flooding. One of the counties An hour away from me evacuated 75,000 people and the river's dike is barely holding on. Oh no. That's not good, Bubbly. My OCD hates the non-color organization of those. Listen, Full Speed. The only reason I didn't organize by color, because it bothers me too, is the fact that all of the wrappers are going in the garbage. This is uniform. We're getting rid of the color. It's Hershey on how it's not color coded. Right. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Heresy. It's heresy. Besties, now you're fucking stuck with me, Bubbly. No take backsies. Look out, Bubbly will show up in your stream next, Full Speed. Seamus is a complete simp. So I was diagnosed with ADHD and autism at the age of 8. With that diagnosis, it helps tremendously. That way you can learn about ADHD and autism. Yeah. Yep. And that's the big thing, to learn how to navigate my brain. Those two going out. So I learned how to set reminders, try to take things easy. Definitely. Yeah. Yep. And the diagnosis also adds legitimacy, because we are definitely in an era right now, and this is why I'm waiting for the official diagnosis before I specifically say, yes, I have ADHD. We are in an era right now where a lot of people just self-diagnose. They see somebody talking about their experience on the internet or one of those cute meme things, and they're like, oh, that's me too. And they just self-diagnose. And well, things like that can definitely open the door for conversation, and it could open the door for exploration in a medical setting, because you can take that and be like, hey, so I'm seeing a lot of this content from somebody who's talking about their experience with ADHD, and I feel like it describes my life a little bit. Can I get tested? There are so many mental health conditions that overlap, and even health conditions that overlap with these things, that you cannot safely self-diagnose. It's just not a thing. And Hashimoto's thyroiditis can, in part, mimic some of the symptoms of ADHD and whatnot. So I have to be really mindful of that, and that's why I want the official diagnosis. Because if it's not ADHD and it's just Hashimoto's, that changes the entire direction of how I take things. We are under 5 foot tall, Bubbly. Oh, I mean, I collect all the small beans. In real life, no, my Twitch persona is like 3 foot tall. Real life, you're like 5. Yeah, Bubbly's taller than me. I'm one of the shortest people on Twitch, Full Speed. It's okay. I am very small. I am short. You make short. Who isn't taller than you? I know, Full Speed. Even Mari is taller than me. You're only 5'1", crazy guy. You're still taller than I am. I'm 4'11". Technically 4'11" and a half, but I just say 4'11". I'm not even 5 feet. I am a small. And it made giving me uppies very easy. Full Speed gives great uppies, you guys. I am a small, cute bean. I have an ear condition that could link to ADHD. That's interesting, Bubbly. Hi, Cherie. How are you? Welcome in. I am small, Cherie. Did you not know this? I'm only 4'11". Like, seeing me on camera like this, a lot of people are all, but you look so tall on camera. Yeah, because I framed the camera to the top of me. You have to understand, this island stands a little over 4 foot. So, like, if I turn this off, this is 4 foot right here. My belly button is down here, so 4 foot, belly button. 4 foot, belly button. I'm very small. Clover is wicked tall. I'm the perfect shoulder rest because you're tall, Full Speed. Because you're tall. We've got all of our Hershey kisses, by the way. We got all our Hershey kisses. Listen, I'll tell you what the best part about being small is, okay? When I get to give other women hugs, I am usually face to boob height. I'm just saying, it's pretty damn great. I love being in pictures with Clover. My God, does she tower over me? Like I'm 5'1", but she makes me look like 3 feet tall. I believe it. I believe it. Because Clover is, holy crap. Clover is wicked tall. Wicked, wicked tall. I'm going to turn that cam back on because we are going to start getting stuff in the bowl. Actually, no, I'm not. I will turn it on when we actually start mixing. That's a smarter plan. I'm gonna set this back here out of the way. Height reference, I'm 69 inches. Seamus, of course you would put 69 inches. Yeah, and I'm in a slight heel, so if I take it off, I actually go down a little. Yeah. Time to turn me into a chibi. I already am a chibi. You're streaking, Cherie. Let's go. Okay, so measuring stuff. Step 1. We're going to beat the butter until it's soft. Again, I'm doing a double batch, so we're gonna need a cup of butter, which is 2 whole sticks, soft. These have been sitting out, so they're very squeezable, but they're not shiny. They're not getting like greasy soft. Okay, maybe they're a little shiny. They may have gone just a hair beyond, but we're catching them fast enough. That's also why I didn't pull a third one out just yet, on the off chance that we need a third batch, because I don't want it to be too soft. My beater's over here. So even though it's already soft, I will give it a little bit of a whip just to break it out of the stick form. You're squeezable soft? I love that. Beat till soft. I mean, ayo. Ayo, full speed. Squeezable these nuts. Hi, baby orca. Welcome in. How are you? You're gonna digitalize me as a chibi? That would be so cute. You should send me a picture of a crazy guy. I would love that. Clover would make you look short full speed. Perfect height is what you're hearing there. Exactly, Bean. Exactly. Sorry, I had to scroll up for a minute. That's a sentence to come into stream too, darn. Yeah. You said these nuts are squeezable. I mean, technically speaking, full speed, they are. They are. Let's whack it off. Okay. Give it a good scrape. Where's my spatula? There it is. Yeah, that command. I fully expect for us to have a lot of that command showing up when Bubbly's around. And Frank, if he's around long enough, because Furang Frank also makes a lot of D's nuts jokes. And Vin. Vin also makes a lot of D's nuts jokes. So we're beating till soft and whacking it off. What a time to be alive. It's true, full speed. Full speed, I have merch that says whack it off, okay? Got him. And the Smurf. You're not wrong. Smurf also does that, Shuri. All right, into this, we need to add salt, baking soda, vanilla, the egg, and the peanut butter. Let me get the eggs out. I didn't grab those. We need 2 eggs. 2 of them. I know you can't see me, but you can hear me. 1, 2. Oh, and my burn from yesterday, it's fine. Some of you were here to witness me dropping hot grease on my hand. Just to further prove that it's okay. Like, no worries. No worries, it's a little pink in there, but it's not sore anymore. I can rub on it and everything. It's a-okay. Caught it fast enough. A streamer I know has a nuts emote. It's 2 walnuts. It's amazing, Orca. Alkadim sends you nothing but these nuts jokes. We need a D's Nuts community Discord at this rate. Oh my gosh. Oh, D's Nuts TikTok. I am not surprised, Cherie. Object permanence is real. It's true, it is. I got something you can rub on. Oh my goodness. I know ads are required. Do eggs. You can break them into a separate bowl if it feels safer to you. I have no qualms about just cracking them into a bowl. I've had a lot of practice to not end up with an insane amount of shell in my baking. There's no wrong way to crack eggs, except for when you're making meringue and you don't want egg yolk in the egg white because it won't work anymore. So, fun fact. Why must I be so broke? I know, Bubbly. I wish I could. Oh, I'm supposed to add the sugars first. Well, the eggs can go in with the sugars. It's fine. Seriously, I skipped over an entire line in my recipe. I need my 1-cupper. 1-cupper. Ooh, that was loud. My apologies. All right. 1 cup, because remember, I'm doubling. 1 cup of granulated and 1 cup of packed brown. And I'm going to turn the overhead cam on and off for this because I want you to see what it's like mixed. But I feel like it's easier to see what I'm doing from the side, if that makes sense. Ad though, the kid had an old gaming console with a cord remote. The dad kept tripping over it and by the 3rd time was fed up and got the kid a Switch. That's amazing. Now that's marketing. That is marketing. You gotta hand it to companies that do good marketing. Spoon! So I can spoon it in, because when it says packed, it literally means smush it down into your measuring cup. Smoosh it down. We got 30 seconds left on those ads, you guys. 30 seconds. I believe in you. I believe in all of you. You got this. I'm going to get a decent amount in here, and then I'll smush it, and then I'll add extra as needed. Ad number 4. What do they think? I'm rich? If only. If only we were all rich, right? Welcome back, friends. Bubbly, your last ad should be finishing up very soon. You're back! Let's go. Yeah, I can't. When I'm baking, it's very difficult. Nigh impossible to pause for ads. We're just packing our brown sugar together. That is a very funny ad, though, Bubbly. With the Switch. And very clever marketing. Yeah, my biggest recommendation to anybody who watches a lot of people on Twitch, honestly, if you want to not see ads, is Twitch Turbo. If you can afford the $12 US a month, it's so worth it, because one sub these days is about $6. So a Twitch Turbo subscription is equal to 2 subscriptions. And if you watch more than 2 streamers, it's so valuable. Like, regularly watch them. And in we go. Ka-thunk. Okay. We need to cream this together and then add the rest of the stuff that it wants before the flour. Because I done screwed up and I should have added the sugars. It says gradually. It means that because if you were mixing this more or less by hand or with a less powerful motor, gradually would make more sense. But we have a nice powerful KitchenAid, so we can just dump it in there. Super NES or something? No kick cam? Oh, we're gonna get the overhead cam. We're gonna get it so that you can see. If I had a job and made my own money, I might just sub to people, but no job, no income. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Orca. If you don't have a job and you don't have income, not subbing to people makes more sense. Sugar daddy or mommy to support you financially? Listen, I sort of found that. Seamus does make enough for both of us to live pretty comfortably. I just like having my own money. Beautiful. That's nice and creamy. Whack it off. And then give the sides a little scrapey scrape. Just to make sure it's all up from the bottom and everything is as incorporated as it can be as we keep going on the steps. Okay. Partner makes enough money, but having your own to spend, exactly. I like having my own independence there as much as possible. Preferred income would be a month. So when somebody asks you about your preferred income in a month, what they're really asking is, how much do you feel you need to make to feel comfortable? Because obviously we would all like extra. But what do you need to feel comfortable? Because that gives you an idea of what to look for when you're looking for a career, when you're thinking about going to school, things like that. So for me, at least before inflation really hit, $38,000 a year before tax was a very comfortable income for me to make, which was around $18 an hour. These days, I'd probably need closer to $21 or $22 an hour because I have Seamus to help me out, right? That's very comfortable. That's enough to pay my student loan bills, put stuff away into savings, and have mad money to just do whatever I want with. So that's kind of what they're asking, and that gives you an idea of where you want to look for income level and stuff. Would I love to make more than that? Absolutely. Seamus, thank you for gifting that sub to Bubbly. I appreciate that. Enough to not have to think about it. There you go. That's also an answer, Nivex. Daddy Seamus to the rescue. Daddy Seamus to the rescue, indeed. Okay, we need to add in the salt, the baking soda, the vanilla, and the peanut butter. Okay, we need a teaspoon of salt because we're doubled. We're doubled. It's over here. It got washed. Okay, it's dry. That's important. $1K a month for a 20-hour-a-week job. Because last time I had a job, I got $600 a week for just 3 nights, and it was, and that gives you a really good basis, right? If you know you can live comfortably, woohoo, on $600, you can absolutely live comfortably on a little bit more. I made a mess. That salt just all of a sudden yeeted itself out of that container. But I fixed it. And that was 7 years ago. So you got to adjust too for the inflation, yeah. Okay, so there's the salt. We need a teaspoon of baking soda. There's the baking soda. We need a teaspoon of vanilla. which we have to sniff first because vanilla smells so freaking good. So good. Ah, so good. Whoop. We're gonna wipe off the rim of the vanilla. Oop, I already have a paper towel out because I definitely just dribbled. And vanilla, when it dries, gets ridiculously sticky, and that's no good. We don't need to cement the lid onto the vanilla. Hello, Mega Zobooth. Zobao? Did I say that right? Welcome in. Who are we rimming? Not you. 2 cups of peanut butter. Oh, here we go. I'm dripping again, dribbling on the rim. Listen, it came around the rim in a little bit of an explosive manner. What can I say? I'll show you guys this one from top down. Because I think you can see, yeah, you can see my cute little cup. Where's my little spatula? My little one. That's the itty bitty one. My blue, there it is. At the bottom, kind of like your car keys in your handbag. Came around these nuts. Oh my Lord, Bubbly. You're all over it. I gave you too much power. I gave Bubbly too much power. By the way, Seamus, your beautiful penis command might be recharged. Well, Aeon's penis command, really. But you're the one who's been trying to use it tonight, because Aeon's asleep. What? I could take said power away, yes. I could. Seamus may have been laughing at what I was saying. Oh, Orca said that. Your guys' colors are so close.
Oh boy,
and
it's a penis.
There it goes. No, I did not, Orca. And for those who don't know, that is Aeon doing a Mickey Mouse voice. One of my beautiful EBGG teammates. To think I thought I had to clean my act up to be on that team. I was so wrong. Oh boy. That's right. You do have to, with the peanut butter, smush it a little bit to make sure there's no air bubbles. That should be good enough. 1 cup. You guys, I want to say it's a really good thing that baking is basically second nature to me, because otherwise I don't know how I would manage this with getting so into chat and forgetting my steps. Forgetting where I was. What did I do? What haven't I done? We need 1 more cup of peanut butter. Tatting book for myself in the mail the other day, so now you can't buy anything else until after Christmas. Oh, but the tatting book will keep you occupied for a while, Carrie. That'll keep you occupied for a while. I'm gonna have to make Seamus a stocking now for the just chatting screen. And Panther needs an ornament. Ugh. How do you guys like the top-down cam? Is it in a good position for you? Do you feel like it's comfortable? Is it a good size? Because this is a new object. I want to make sure you like it as much as I like it.
I'm gonna need you
I knew that would be you, Pixie. Hi, Pixie. Let me get this peanut butter into this measurement cup, and then I will absolutely get a drink of water. How are you, Pixie? I hope you're doing well, friend. Close enough. I need to also amend my buying sheet because I guess there must have been a year that I needed more than a jar of peanut butter. And so I buy 2 every year, and this is just our existing open one. So I need to adjust it that we just need one jar of peanut butter. Not that it won't get eaten, but playing DBD with Steve and Eric, but you're lurking. Enjoy that DBD. Hi, Ben. 2 jars. 2 giant jars of peanut butter. No such thing as too much peanut butter. How do I tell you this, Ben? Peanut butter is gross. I don't like peanut butter. I use it to make other things, you know, have a different flavor, but by itself, I don't like peanut butter. So to me, 1 jar is plenty. But now we have 3 of this size jar and only room to really store 2 of them. So that's why I need to just buy 1 extra jar. Gasp. Only 2, yeah. You eat it straight out of the jar. I am demoted as your official advocate. Dang it. I wrecked it. You love seeing the mixing bowl? Excellent. Can watch the magic in the... Yes, you can. You can, Carrie. What hobby did Seamus recommend? I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Okay, let's beat this together. Because, yeah, you can. You do get to see it. To the best of the webcam's ability, right? It can only see so well. Because, you know, mixer. Okay. That should be good. Oh my god, it's overwhelmingly peanut butter. If I remember right, though, these are the cookies that Carrie made and everybody adored. I love it. I love it when you guys try these recipes and then report back to me on how you liked it. Was it easy to make? Show me pictures. Like, that just warms my heart. Ophelia made the snickerdoodles and got people addicted. Now that is a cookie that I will be doing maybe late January, right? And I know that there are a lot of people who would like snickerdoodles, so I will probably open up orders for those to the people I trust to have my address if I don't have a P.O. box at that point. And I will make to order in that case because snickerdoodles are very easy. They're fun. And they're delicious. Viking Age knitting. Oh, very cool. They'll make a streamer mixer one with a, oh my god, it would have to be in its own like little box of some sort because there is splatter that happens. Up just above the attachment. Yeah, so there is, I can kind of spin this. That is the underside of the mixer. This is the part that moves. You would have to get it like here-ish, where it won't be on the moving part because this whole thing moves. It would be very interesting, and you can see like just the flour dust. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it. Speaking of flour, we're going to now sift and add the flour, which is 1.5 cups for a single batch, or in our case, 3 cups for a full batch. So I'm gonna real quick turn that eyeball in OBS off again, because you will want to see me actually pour this, I would assume. And you can't see it as well top down as you can from ye old side. Me and my 15-pound bag of flour, or 10-pound? 10-pound. I needed to buy 15. Numbers, they're difficult. This should be about 3 cups. Numbers are hard. Shaky, shaky. 3 cups. Perfect. Fold that over. Yes. Yes, Alt. Welcome in. Hello, Snickerdoodles. They are probably at this point like a specialty because everybody loves Snickerdoodles so much. All right, so for me to sift it in, I've got one of the classic crank handles, and I just pour and sift directly in. My mom taught me always to do it like on wax paper and then pour it later, and this is easier. But flours today are also way more pre-sifted than in times past, so you have an easier time getting away with this. You don't think you've ever had those? They're so good. They're so good. I highly recommend making them. Because I do know I can't ship overseas because I can't guarantee that they'll make it in time before they're stale, right? So overseas, not possible. Canada, Hawaii, and Alaska, possible. Okay, put this back down here. And then I need this guy. So I don't get a facial of flour, we premix. The weird one here who doesn't care for Snickerdoodles. You are definitely the odd man out in that regard, Nivex. Although I wonder if you've just not had decent Snickerdoodles. And I say that because I've never had anybody else make Snickerdoodles the way my family makes Snickerdoodles. Because a lot of commercial Snickerdoodles are, here comes the rant, they are sugar cookies that have cinnamon added to them. And it's not what a Snickerdoodle is supposed to be. Like, it's just not. It's not. That's not what makes a Snickerdoodle. Yeah, you can see the puff of flour. Netherlands, yeah. Yeah. I'm aware that Orca is across the pond. You also get to see how the island shakes and wobbles. That ought to do it. Okay. Den Helder about 1 million years ago. Yeah, nope, she's not a Newfie. They're not a Newfie. They're not a Newfie like you are, Jazz. I had to look at the pronouns again. Thank you, Twitch. Set this stuff back here. Actually, if I need to get the peanut butter out again, I'll get the peanut butter out again. But for right now, up there. I need to clear the way to be able to assemble things. Chances are good I will not need a 3rd batch, but it's not impossible. So I keep the ingredients relatively available in case that they're required. But there's a high likelihood that we have made all of what we need to make. Vanilla. Set that behind me. Recipe cards can go behind me. All right, while we get these set up, we're gonna preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 190 degrees Celsius. I have this memorized at this point because I typed it a whole lot when I made the cards for you guys in the Discord. Start oven light on so I know that I have done that. I need a bowl as well because we're going to be rolling everything out in sugar first. My hand's under this here. Okay. 1 bowl for sugar. Seamus might be old enough to remember that. Seamus might be. I'm also going to temporarily turn this off until it's time to actually assemble sugar. So when you make these, you do roll them initially in just tucking that cord back there. You roll them in sugar first. So we do need some sugar in the bowl. Can always add more, but I can't take it away. So I start with less than one might expect. Because here's the thing, right? Once you've put peanut butter, or in this case, peanut butter dough in there, it's contaminated. Like, you can't put that back into the bag. So that's why. That's why I put it a little at a time. Get as much of this off of the paddle as we can. This is not whackable. Okay. Set that there. Set that there. Still there now. It houses a military museum. Oh, that's cool. That wasn't a naval station. I think it was an air base. You had nothing to do with that, but you do remember it. Okay. This is gonna need to slide to be like right here-ish. I'm guessing. Let's move that. I need a tray. You getting in that bag, Hera? I will need the Hershey Kisses. And I need my handy dandy little glass that has a flat bottom to pre-flatten these. Okay. It is assembly time. Ooh, I did estimate pretty darn good. Beautiful. Does this actually look better if I turn that off? It does. Okay, because now you don't have the glare coming back. But stuff that involves other branches, you really don't mean... Army knows nothing about Navy, and we do know... Well, you do know a little bit about the Air Force. They're fancy. The Air Force is fancy. Okay, I need my cookie scoop. My whittle one. I know, Seamus. Nobody knows what the Space Force does. So, actually, I might be able to get it up close so that you can see. You may be able to read the inside of that where it says 70. This is the number 70 size scoop. Ching, ching. Oh, nobody can hear you, Seamus. This is the noise. This is what he was making. So, the way I do this... Ah, well, I can hear you and it's confusing. He said he's mostly talking to himself. I'm going to scoop these out first, just to get 16 balls ready. Yes, I said balls. Balls, balls, the balls, balls, balls. I've done this enough at this point. I know I can fit 16 per tray. 16 is very comfortable. So every 3 trays we'll have 4 dozen, which means I should need about 7 trays to get everything I need. So first we scoop, then we roll, then we flatten, and then we press kisses into them. Balls or D's nuts? Oh my lord! Now you have to do the D's nuts command again. Five times in one stream. We're only like, what, 2 hours in? What time is it? 7:30, 2.5, no, an hour and a half. We're not even 2 hours. Animals. You're animals. I love you guys. Never change. Only you, yours alone. You left it for Bubbly. You're so kind. You're so kind. Yeah. Tonight is Thumbprints. I think tomorrow is... Or the Thumbprints. Tonight's the Butter Dreams. I think tomorrow's Thumbprints. Because, again, it's going to be an evening affair. Since I was mentioning earlier, we have one of my cousin's second birthdays to go to. His mom specifically asked for like coloring books or reading books and stuff like that. So we got him a giant bluey coloring pad where it's like got really big illustrations for him. And then like a coloring book that's got bigger things to be filled in, and it's huge. Like, and by huge I mean like a lot of pages. And then jumbo crayons, like 18 jumbo crayons. Because how many crayons does a 2-year-old really need? Not that many. I'm gonna move this glass back here, actually. And then I can pull it right here. Oop. Oven's, excuse me, up to temp. The package didn't come down. Says it's gonna be delivered yesterday. What? Did Hera walk behind me? She might have. She gets very curious about this. Of their favorite flavor. Basically Bubbly. It is basically 18 jumbo crayons of their favorite flavor. Yep. Good thing Crayola is non-toxic, or so they say. So they say. I will say, personally, I feel that rolling, because it's optional actually to roll your peanut butter cookies in sugar. I think it's what makes peanut butter cookies extra good. Personally, I think it adds something. Obviously, it adds more dopamine enhancement because sugar, but you know. See that Epic Games has the game that can end friendships for free. Are we talking about Monopoly? Or are we talking about Uno? I don't actually have Epic Games, so no, I didn't see. But it could be either of those games, Jazz. You moldy weirdo game. Endless to actually color with 3. Yeah, basically, Orca. Hogwarts Legacy, at least when it's free, you're not supporting. Oh. There's that. There is that, Jazz. I will be honest. I read books 1 through 6. I've never seen any of the movies. I took the Sorting Hat quiz from the official website and got sorted as a Ravenclaw, and that is about the extent of my Harry Potter experience. I've never played any games. Don't give a shit about the movies, to be totally honest. I just really liked reading, and so the Harry Potter books were my generation growing up. So they do hold like a special nostalgia place, but I could give a shit about the franchise. You're Slytherin? I'm not surprised, Pupley. I'm not surprised at all. I've read all of the books, watched all of the movies, cried at the reunion one because Hagrid had just died. Oh no! Poor Hagrid. I've read the book, not something you know. It's not your genre? That's totally fair, baby orca. That is totally fair. Yeah, I actually own book 7. I've just never read it because I heard it was a giant camping trip and I was like, okay, I'm over it. I've seen so many people end friendships just because people have the game. Oh, that's wild. I mean, people do have really strong feelings about J.K. Rowling, so I can't say I'm completely surprised in this day and age because we also went through that period of cancel culture, which I thought, I'll be totally honest with you, I think was totally ridiculous. Digging up people's past and then judging them by it. Because something that happened in somebody's past 20 years ago, if they're not a politician and or, caveat, if it seems like they're not that person anymore, is kind of shitty. People change. People grow. People learn. They mature. But Twitter is forever, and wow, that was a period of time. Entertain me and shut the hell up. Same way with sports figures, just throw the ball and get stuff. Yeah. You're a Ravenclaw, Wazzo. Fellow Ravenclaw. Some Karen Slaughter, some horror. You like horror, Orca? Nice. Might be a bit of a Potter nerd. Share interest within the genre. Yeah, and that's totally valid. Why have I dropped frames? Damn it, Spectrum. Yeah, she does. She is still being problematic. Like, I'm not saying she needs to be forgiven. I'm just saying that the fact that friendships are ended over it falls in line with cancel culture, which started with digging up 20-year-old things. Like, that's why we don't have Jenna Marbles anymore. Cancel culture killed Jenna Marbles, and that makes me sad. Because Jenna had made videos at a point in time where there were certain things that just, it wasn't recognized as being wrong at this point. Like, looking back on it in hindsight, we should have been like, you know, maybe that's not okay. But she didn't do anything maliciously. And even though she was heartfeltly sorry and whatnot, people just came for her. Not her long-term fans, no. New people who were finding her videos for the first time, and they were like 9 or 10-year-old videos, and Jenna didn't even make content like that anymore. And they just came for her. And so Jenna is no longer, like, I'm pretty sure she privated most but not all of the videos, and then she just disappeared from the internet. Julian is still on the internet, and every now and then he mentions that, you know, Jenna's doing well and stuff like that, but she doesn't appear on the internet anymore. It's because of cancel culture. Yeah, exactly. It's stupid to end friendships over it. That's exactly. But some people feel very strongly, I suppose. Trying to publish under sell better, and now this hate, it's off. Yeah. Hey, you boo boo, but I won't pay money to support her. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. You don't have to pay money to support her. I think that makes sense. You won't touch it. Yeah. Yeah, and that's fair. That's totally fair and totally valid. The nice thing is, I think those books paved the way for many of us to find an interest in the fantasy genre. And I wouldn't be surprised if more than one person, more than a few, found a love for Dungeons and Dragons because they just wanted to be in a Harry Potter-esque environment or game. And actual games didn't exist for a very long time, right? So there's always that. There's a silver lining to everything. I also think Harry Potter was a very pivotal like friendship making genre growing up, because the 90s were weird, you guys. The 90s and early 2000s were really weird. And reading, for the most part, was considered like the nerd thing. But now all of a sudden we had this really cool set of books that we could talk about and come together over. And it was, honestly, for lack of a better word, it was quite magical. Okay, there's one tray together. I'm not going to put them in the oven yet because I want to be able to cycle through them pretty quickly. So it's definitely a case of love the art, don't like the artist. Next tray! I may have also overheated this apartment. So the oven and the thermostat are really close to each other. Like really close to each other. And inevitably, when I'm running the oven, the furnace thinks it's hotter in here than it is, and the rest of the apartment gets really cold. So I cranked the furnace up so that when the oven was running, it didn't get cold. And I think I went too far in the other direction. I'm like dying. I'm so hot right now. It's so warm in here. There's a difference if you read the books, seen the movies, but the distance yourself from the person should. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Ugh. More cookies. But I did think you meant Monopoly or Uno. Because if you want a friendship ender, those are friendship enders. How many people here has gotten into some explicit conversation with their friends or family over those games? Because I know I have. My brother, bless him, we have Tabletop Simulator. And he was like, I want to play Monopoly. And I was like, do you really want to play Monopoly with me? And he was like, yeah, I do. And I was like, you know I'm ruthless in Monopoly. He's like, I don't care. I want to play Monopoly. And so he, myself, and our friend Jean played Monopoly. And I slaughtered them. Slaughtered. John was like, the Monopoly man is sucking Sam off under the table. He just felt that the Monopoly man loved me. Ethan just kind of shook his head and then asked me for a rematch. And I was like, you really want to play another round with me? And he and John both were like, well, it shouldn't happen again. Oh, no. No, it did. I kicked their ass again. And just as I was about to basically bankrupt one of them, Ethan flipped the table, because that's a command in Tabletop Sim. And that was the end of that game. Because I take no prisoners in Monopoly. My mother taught me how to play Monopoly, and she was not the kind of mother to just let us win. Oh, absolutely not. There was one point I literally, like, she was the bank, because the board was tilted like this due to how much money she had. She took no prisoners, and I take no prisoners. I mortgaged every property I could to stay in that game as long as I could, hoping somehow that it was going to turn around. It never turned around. Oh, Chasing the Lights? Possibly. Possibly, you may. It is a Robot Cat teaser. But the red dot is going behind me. Seamus a funny room name, but then I realized I'm not friends with him on Discord. Oh, no. I mean, I think you can still send him DMs. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he has his DMs restricted to friends only. Oh, I see why you were saying it's a robot cat teaser. Yeah, the laser dot it's robotic. Oh, it's the way you have things set up. Your cat brain got activated? Fair. Well, Jazz, it sounds like you need to send Seamus a friend request. Yeah, if Hera notices the red dot, she'll be all over it. Smeagol could give a shit. So Smeagol, for as dumb as a box of rocks that he is actually also very intelligent. And he notices the actual toy that's moving the dot. When we play with string and stuff, he eventually figures out that I'm the one controlling it, and then he's watching my hand instead of watching the string. Like, he's dumb as a box of rocks, but he's also very smart. So he's really not interested in the laser toy. Hera goes crazy for it. You totally did. Excellent. Seamus, accept my wife's friend request. Does this mean you also get Seamus as a husbando? Is that how that works, Jess? Just like a big old hippie harem. That could be possible if he would like to be part of the harem. He doesn't get a choice. Because he follows me wherever I go, so. Just ask him, he'll tell you. He'll tell you. He does make good hot cocoa. It's instant, but he makes it, and that makes it good. Because I don't have to make it. And I taught him a little secret. So when I make meringue these days, I always have extra and I save it. And if you put a couple scoops of Italian meringue in hot cocoa, it's better than marshmallows. On peppermint hot cocoa, he likes peppermint hot cocoa. Here's another secret for hot cocoa. If you want to change the flavor of it, put a tea bag in it. So you can make orange hot chocolate, peppermint hot chocolate, chai spice hot chocolate. Any flavor of hot chocolate, just put a tea bag in there. You're welcome. We accept coffee creamer works too. He's done that. We've also done it with mint liqueur. Coffee creamer and cocoa. Yeah, he's also done both making instant coffee and putting a scoop of cocoa in that, and then vice versa, making hot cocoa and putting a scoop of instant coffee in it to make like a mocha hot chocolate. Add in some Pinnacle marshmallow. Absolutely bubbly. Seamus, accept Jazz's friend request. My God, dude. You're so slow. He'll probably be like, I was in the middle of playing X, Y, or Z. Different kind of creamer here. It's more of a milk powder. He's playing World of Warships and he's fighting battleships and he cannot accept your friend request because he's a silly head who plays World of Warships, which is a poo-poo game. I have no care if people play World of Warships, but I will pick on Seamus for it. And my brother. Found out last night that Aeon also plays World of Warships. I was like, well, if you ever want to join in with them, I'm sure they'd be happy to play with you. But they're salty. You don't play that? Yeah, neither do I. We need to make a graphic that just says, welcome to the harem. We do, Lunar, we do. You hop into that now and then, Carrie? Yes, you do. Every now and then you go pew-pew with the ships. Arc server being silly, so about to hop into the... Oh, what's the Arc server doing at the moment? Because I wonder if it has to do with the same thing that caused me to drop some frames for a little bit. Scotland map and you're loving the music. Ooh, very nice. Having 2 slightly addictive games is enough. That is true. That is often my biggest issue is I want to play all of the games all of the time. There's not enough time to play all of the games. Okay. More kisses. Send it to you. Instead, I really wanted to just show you the room names. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let me get these kisses in and wipe my hands off appropriately before I touch the laptop, and I'll take a look at these room names. I think I may also crack a window because I'm dying. Do 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 do. Oop, there's the special kiss. Oh, they're not showing up for you. Interesting, Carrie. Yeah, I wonder if the server needs a reset. Oh, now he's gotta diagnose. It's another tray. Let me wipe my hands properly by rinsing. I want to rinse them anyways. They're super greasy from the peanut butter, and that feeling is just meh. Doot. Okay, let me see what these room names are real fast. You already restarted it? Very good. Oh my god, I can't get it up. 947 and depart from myself. Those are some amazing room names in Phasmo. Oh my lord. Ten out of 10. And the best part is those room names are based off of their screen names. So that's what people are rocking on Steam right now. That's what people are rocking on Steam. That's hilarious. Good for them. Good for them. I need more water. Delicious. Water. You know, I could have checked my phone for those Discord messages now that I think about it. My brain is only half braining. It's fine. More cookies. That's what we're really here for. Cookies. All the cookies. So many cookies. Should have had Seamus pick up an extra loaf of bread, actually, now that I think about it, because I'm going to need that to make sure that the cookies don't get stale. They're going to be in airtight containers, but it's still helpful to put a half a slice of bread in there. Oh, well, there's always tomorrow on our way back from the birthday party. We're going to go past to Stewart's anyways. Stewart's is our local convenience store, and their bread works well for keeping cookies in check. You know? And for anybody who missed it, the Iwan's VOD will be up on YouTube in about 1 hour. Or for anybody who wants to just, you know, watch that back. For the hilarity that was my sister and I's banter. She's such a good egg. She's a scatterbrain, but she's a good egg. She tries anyways. And it was good to have her because Seamus really didn't want to help with the cookies. He would if I needed him, but he really didn't want to. He prefers his position of dish bitch. He washes the dishes for me. That is usually his contribution, which I also appreciate because I don't like doing dishes first and foremost. Like, I just don't. But second, after being up on my feet in roughly one singular spot for an extended period of time, I also really don't want to stand in front of the sink and do dishes. So having somebody else do the dishes for me is superb. He earns his bonbons. Because those are his favorite cookie. Seamus really likes the bonbons. And I found out, I actually have to mark this on my thing. I found out last night my sister doesn't like the bonbons at all because she's crazy. And Cookie Taster Tester, he is also the Cookie Taster Tester when I allow it. Christmas cookies are an exception, he knows. He touches nothing.
The world's best glumpers.
Rukia, hi!
Hello, Rukia.
How are you, Rukia? I've seen you streaming more and more often. I'm really proud of you. Because I feel like you went through a dry spell and I wasn't seeing you on like as a streamer at all. Obviously you came and visited and hung out. Playing with your hubby at the moment, but you saw me live and you're like, my baby. Oh, I appreciate that. What game are you playing with your hubby? You're such a sweetheart, Rukia. I appreciate you. Lecoq has been helping you a lot with your streams. I saw that. I saw you guys were co-streaming. And that is amazing. Because streaming should be fun. It should be fun and entertaining. Grounded 2. Oh, I've heard that's a good one. I've heard that's a good one. That's fantastic. It's fantastical. Unless you're afraid of 6- and 8-legged things. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, once I get this tray done, I should be able to start cycling them through the oven because they have to be in there for 10 to 12 minutes. So that'll give me time to get another tray started, putting it together. And if I don't get all of this done in the 10 to 12 minutes, which is 10, then I have another tray already set to go. It gives me a cue to work with. Yeah, we're having problems with random crashes and we love the game. Oh, crashes suck. For now, it's doing okay. That's good. Crashes are so frustrating. I have that issue with Peak when it's overly modded or there's too many people in a lobby. I struggle to run it. For whatever reason, Peak and AMD graphics cards just don't get along as well. And I don't know if they've managed to bug patch that. Which, speaking of Peak, I need to go in this weekend. They put a statue at the base of beach, and it turns out they did it for a meme, basically. I guess an internet rapper wrote a song about a bing bong. Whether or not it was their bing bong, I have not determined yet. But because of it, they collabed with him, and he's got like a whole concert. And if you play the bugle in that statue, you get your own like concert, which I think is hilarious. And I need to witness this. I need to witness this for myself. So I will be firing up Peak at some point. Not on stream, obviously, because it's cookie baking, but I will. I gotta see it. I gotta see this. Get it all sugared up. No, it'll be this way. Yeah. You love Peak, right? Peak is so good. Yeah, I saw it in, I think, a Twitter announcement. And maybe then later on a Steam announcement. We should play Peak together sometime, Rukia. We should. Have you made it to the peak yet, or are you still working on that part of the game? And I know that I don't know if there's a delay on both cameras, but I know there's a delay on the overhead cam, which is fine. You made it to the first peak, so you've made it past shore. Or you've made it and escaped the island. At least once on the basic setting. On the new update, you have not. Okay. So, Roots was difficult, not gonna lie. But I've made it through. Now it's rotating again, though, so you never know what you're gonna get. I try to avoid having Roots and Mesa in the same day, though. Ideally, I try to avoid Mesa. Because, like, fuck that. Mesa's an absolute whore to deal with. I think there was a piece of chocolate in there, but I felt the need to pluck it out. Because it was different. But the new update, oh boy, yeah, Roots is something else. Yeah, I can almost always make it on Tenderfoot. My friend Suspenders and I are trying to make it on Ascent 6 right now, and that's giving us a little bit of a headache. Welcome back from the ads, friends. Thank you for your patience. It's time for more Hershey kisses. All the kisses. And you got to remember too, by the way, when you're pressing these in, to not push all the way down to your tray, because they are going to spread a little bit. And when they spread, they'll thin, and you don't want them to fall apart. So just enough to give a little bit of a shoulder. Hi, Hera. Are you exploring, baby girl? You missed the laser. Do you want me to turn it back on? I think she curled up in a chair. I think she curled up in a chair. Okay. Okay. That's 3 trays together. So like I said, I'm going to get the first one in. And then we'll work on putting together the 4th one. So, put a little tally mark. And then I need my timer for 10 minutes. Let me put this in. And we're gonna start the timer, and I am going to add cookies in. Cookie count going up. Water in my face hole. Let's scoop. Whee! Hi, Samurai Jake. We're making peanut butter blossoms. They are day 2 of the 12 days of Christmas cookies. How are you doing? It's been a little while. I hope you're doing well. Scoopity, 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 scoop. The super best part is if I beat the cookie trays by a little bit, I can sit down for a moment, and my feet would definitely thank me for that. Not gonna lie. Or my knees, rather. They would really appreciate a small sit down for a moment. We've been standing now for almost 2 hours. Or no, almost 2.5 hours. Good. Kind of getting back with Twitch since you have a gaming PC. That's amazing. Congratulations on the gaming PC. That's so exciting. And nothing wrong with a little Twitch break. We all should take them here and there. Using the laptop with Twitch, yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. My laptop is what enables me to do these baking streams, because I use Google Remote Desktop to see my desktop where my OBS and my Firebot and everything is. And then I have OBS Teleport to send camera feeds and stuff. And Droid Cam. It's a very clever setup, if I do say so myself, which I do. It's certainly better than every time I make a change in Firebot or OBS having to copy it to a second computer so that if I wanted to stream in a different location, I could just use a separate computer versus remote desktop. Let me tell you what, with how much shit I've got in my Firebot, it would not happen. My Firebot is cram-packed. My Firebot is what allows you guys to claim first, second, and third and keep your daily check-in counts going. So, it's vital. It's vitally important. Yeah, we've dropped 675 frames, so that's actually not bad. There must have just been a hiccup somewhere. I'm just paranoid about it at this point. Like, actually paranoid. It's almost time to add some more sugar to this bowl. Almost time. You know what's also really crazy to realize? This is the 4th year I have shared this cookie process with you guys. The 4th year. Is that not amazing? Because I think it's pretty amazing. 4 years of Christmas cookies. 4 years of watching this whole process evolve into what it is today. 4 years of seeing some of the same cookies getting to first time witness some of the cookies that I was not comfortable sharing on stream before because of the process. And seeing some cookies leave and new cookies get added. Like, you guys have been on quite the journey with the Christmas cookies with me. It's very impressive. Very, very impressive. So 4 years together and many more to go. 12 days, 36 types of cookie, 1 day. Oh my Lord. So I used to do all of my cookies in 2.5 days. It was madness. There was alcohol involved. And much moral support from my parents because I still lived at home at this point. Oh my gosh. It was like 2.5 days straight of baking, just straight. And I did not dial in as well as I do now, so I ended up with way too many of some cookies, like way too many. Like if I thought I needed 3 batches of peanut butter blossoms, I just went for 3 batches, and then I ended up only needing 2. So I had like 4 dozen extra peanut butter blossoms, which yes, delicious, but also when you end up with 4 dozen or more extra of each type of cookie, to the point where you have like 40 dozen extra cookies that you don't know what to do with, that's a problem. Oh, the cookies used to be such a shit show. I enjoyed it, but it was such a shit show. Spreading them out has been the best boon. Last year I was doing, a couple types a day. I'd be at it for 6 to 8, sometimes 10 hours. Our longest one was a 12-hour when we did the bonbons and candy canes together, which last year was the first year that I actually successfully showed those on stream, because they are like, I have to be dialed into them. Spreading them out, I think, to 1 cookie a day is the smartest option, honestly. Give away to those who can't afford. So I didn't really know enough people like that. And we have very strict rules and regulations around food in the United States. So I actually did look into, could I give them to like a local food pantry or whatever? And the answer is no, because I don't have a commercial kitchen and they couldn't verify that a certain standard of safety was met with the creation of the cookies, nor were they individually wrapped, which is something else that would have had to happen. Like I would have had to somehow like properly package them and whatnot, just for food safety concerns. So unfortunately, that was not an option. I think I just ended up bringing extra to my family members and whatnot, and I ate a lot of cookies. Oh my goodness, Marshy, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, Raiders. My name is Saknika. You may also hear me called Sam. I am a member of Everbright Global Gaming and Set the Tone stream teams, and a variety streamer here on Twitch who bakes, creates, paints her nails, and sometimes plays games. And today is day 2 of the 12 days of Christmas cookies, and I'm working on peanut butter blossoms. How was your stream, Marshy? How did it go? Were you baking today as well? It's SO Bubbly. There you go. Light up the town. Oh, my teammate Phoenix was playing that recently. How are you liking it? Did you enjoy it? You guys, Marshy is a doll. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Check them out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Parents used to have a veggie garden. They thought 1 zucchini plant meant 1 zucchini bat. Oh no, Orca. Because you had 40 zucchinis. That's a lot of zucchini. Doing 12 days of cookies, and I immediately knew I needed to stop by. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do Christmas cookies every year, and this year is the biggest year yet. Last year we only had 10 types of cookies, so we've added cookies and we've spread them out to 12 different days. There is a native one. So the reason why we do the exclamation point one, Orca, is because that native one to Twitch has a 1 minute cooldown. So if you get like double rated, it can screw things up. Oh, that's my timer. That's my timer. Dismiss. I gotta pull cookies, 1 second. And that native one also doesn't let me, the streamer, see what somebody was playing. I like that Firebot shows me what they were playing, and my text message shows me what they were playing. It's very handy. And it gives you guys a link. I know the heart at the top is easy too, but I like the link too. Just in case. Because again, if you get double rated, that's the only way to really shout out both people. Because Twitch is silly like that. These are the cookies that your family loved, yeah. EBGG, which is Everbright Global Gaming, and Set the Tone, Samurai Jake. Light up the town, it's a lot of fun. It's a bit buggy still, and we for sure ran into a few issues, but we still had a lot of fun with it. That's perfect, Marshy. That's perfect. I really appreciate you bringing your community over here. If you need to raid and run, if you need to go get post-stream self-care, definitely don't hesitate to go do it. If you want to stay and hang out and chill with us, I'd love to have you. If you just want to lurk, that's okay as well. But I appreciate you bringing your community in. You're aware of the cooldown? Okay. Squish, squish, squish. Yeah, I don't like Twitch's cooldown on the shout out thing. I think it should just pop up like one below the other. You see Yum Yums? Hi, BU. The Kisses calls you. Do you call Kisses Yum Yums, or do you just think that the cookies look yummy? Speaking of teammates. Oh, you carry the sword for a few people. Very nice. I think you... Are you one of Tootie's? Or is it somebody else? Because I could have sworn you might have one for Tootie. I can't remember. I know you're in Tootie's community. Both. I love it, BU. How are you, BU? I'm saying that right? I think I've heard that it said that way in chat. But my brain also then will look at a name and say it differently. Like, I know it's supposed to be Shez plus cats. But my brain always wants to pronounce it with a French accent, so I say Shay. And that is incorrect. You said it right. Perfect. Fortunately, I do need to raid and run. I need to go grab food real quick, but be lurking. Absolutely. Thank you again. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Enjoy your food. This already looks so good. Thank you. Oh, I need to add another tick mark and cookies onto the screen. We need more tick marks. Okay. That goes there. We put another tray in the oven. Mod from Minecrafter. Okay. Bing. More cookies. More cookies. You've been called Bayou before? Probably the funniest one. I mean, I can see why they did it. I can see why they did it. Oh, you thought I said your hometown for some reason. Nope. Woo! That is not what I meant to do, laptop. Thank you. I suddenly made everything real tiny. Not what I meant to do. I can turn off yawn overhead for a moment. And I can take that seat. Like I wanted to. Ugh. Let my feet have a moment. Because I need water. I need chapstick. I have a mess on my island that's now at face height. but that's okay. Because I have working arms. Just get this in the garbage here. Much better. I'm gonna have to add some sugar to that. Yeah, I'll sit for like another minute and then I'll take stuff off of the trays. So the cookies are for Christmas. I have a humongous list. Like, it's pages long of people that I give to, friends and family. So I bake tons of cookies every year at Christmas and then give them away. This is the bulk of what I do for Christmas gifts outside of my immediate family. It's like, congratulations, you get fat for Christmas, courtesy of me. So every year I bake lots of cookies. Traditionally, and I'm gonna read it off the list so that I don't forget any. Traditionally, it was just the bonbons, butter dreams, candy canes, chocolate crinkles, Christmas balls, I did say balls, peanut butter blossoms, 2 kinds of spritz, sugar cookies, and thumbprints. But this year, I've added in the Iwans, which we made yesterday, and I'm adding in pepparkakor, which are Swedish ginger snaps. And I realize my pronunciation is rough. Yeah, I love this. My grandmother started this tradition. Her and her best friend Marie would get together and make cookies and then give them out. And then I was like, I want to make cookies for my friends. And I started with my mom's really old sugar cookie recipe. And then I added some of my grandmother's stuff into it, and it just slowly grew. And my grandmother was winding down because she had Alzheimer's dementia. And so we kind of like crossed paths in who was making cookies. And at one point, my aunt just looked at me and she's like, I just want you to know, Grandma won't be making cookies next year. It's all you. Oh my God, Seamus. Hi, Ash. Welcome in. How are you? I've never done bourbon balls. You gotta say it in honor of Aeon. Yeah, Aeon sent me a sound clip, so penis is now a command, but it is on cooldown. I made sure there was a cooldown. Because I know how you people are. Give a little spin. Give a little spin. We got 3 minutes on the clock for the ones that are in the oven now. We're gonna take these ones off the tray, so that they can cool. Have we moved the tray in the oven, Seamus? Because these tips are toastier than they usually are. Like the shelf thing, yeah. I don't think we have. I think it's still in the middle. The cookie itself looks fine. It's just that I mean, they could have changed the formula of the Hershey Kiss, potentially. But they're a little toastier than they usually get. Excuse me, get off of the spatula. Thank you. And we get a tray back. Spin you in just a moment. We got 2 minutes on the clock. They look delicious. Thank you, Ash. Same as always, I kind of had a feel. Look at those nipples. Oh my Lord. Yummy looking cookies ready to go. Absolutely, Carrie. Had a rough week at work. One of the kids was unnecessarily mean. Oh, that sucks, Ash. Other gave you all a handwritten card. Aw, the handwritten card definitely makes it better. They are very tasty. I do like these cookies. I do like them. And we got 2 trays in the wings, so that's helpful. A little more sugar, because that's the goal, to keep the trays flowing so that there's not really a super down period. And I wanna, before I get going, I wanna scrape this more or less off the sides and down into the center. I also have realized that this got shoved back because it's smacking the wall. Despite the weight of it, it slides readily on this island. And so every now and then it just gets itself too close to the wall and then it smacks the wall. I also want to tell you guys, so we don't have a downstairs tenant at this point. It was a decision that we made because we need to renovate down there. But oh my goodness, not having somebody downstairs that I have to worry about how much noise I'm making up here is glorious. It's glorious. So I can turn my shit up so I can hear alerts better. I can, like, do all of the things. It's wonderful. Oh, timer. Timer. Next one in. Oof. It's hot. Hot, 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 hot. Start the timer. Mark that we put another tray in. Add cookies in on here. Taking for a living concubine, only if I get her first. How does one make delicious looking cookies? So the recipe is in the Discord. Patience, mainly. I'd guess that the Hershey's chocolate recipe hasn't changed in a while. It might not have. It could also just be the day. That's also a thing. That is also a thing. And I mean, to be fair, the chocolate kisses are a little bit melty because it's warm in here, and that could be changing things. Cooking is an art, baking is just chemistry. A little bit. Yeah, so the recipe's in the Discord, and then I use a number 70 scoop to get them all the same size because I like uniformity. So I scoop them, then I roll them in sugar. And I flatten them a little bit before I stick a kiss in them. Seamus, will you do the Discord command? Great lemon drizzle cake with the hard oh, that sounds really good. I do love a good cake. And I like lemon. As a flavoring, not as a sour thing. Sour lemon is not my go-to. Not even close. See, this is tray number 5. I need at least 7 trays. I'm wondering, I'm gonna pull a stick of butter out. We may actually have to make the 3rd batch. This might be the year. We'll see. But I'm gonna pull the stick of butter out just in case because it needs to be soft, right? Tempt the sugar cookies you had issues with last year in a silicone mold. I think that's a good idea. And hopefully some of the resources or the resource that I found helps you like find a good middle ground. Those don't sound like sugar cookies though, what you're trying to make. They're candy from what I could read. And that's a little more finicky with temperature and humidity and making sure that you cook it to a specific temperature and stuff. I made a strawberry cheesecake last week. Ooh, delicious. Thank you, Seamus. Oh, I've got an itch under the strap. There we go. The one, oh, so it's a no-bake cheesecake. Those are always cool. I don't know if I've ever done, have I done a no-bake cheesecake? I don't think I have. I think all of my cheesecakes are baked that I've done in the past. Okay, real fast, let me grab that butter out of the fridge. Oh, that might be why I'm warm in here. It's like 77 degrees. That'll do it. And we're just gonna set the butter back here. Okay. They're not really common in the UK. Interesting. You did, oh, okay, so you did get a thermometer in there. That's perfect. Because, yeah, it helps if you know if you've made it to softball versus hard crack stage for any sugar confection that requires a specific level of sugar cook. 77 is very hot. Yeah, 77 Fahrenheit is around like 26 or 27 Celsius, I'm going to estimate, because I'm pretty sure 30 Celsius is around 80 Fahrenheit. Or is 30 Celsius 85? It's up there. It's up there. I'm not warm, I'm hot. Wrong kind of hot, Seamus. 25 Celsius. Oh, I was close. Room temp. It's a little warmer than room temp for us. A little bit warmer. We like our room temp a little closer to 20 Celsius. A little closer to that. But it makes sense. I warmed the place up and then I turned the oven on, so. Stop crumbling, cookie dough. I know you get dry quickly. And that's the thing with the peanut butter dough. Why I'm like squeezing it is because it will push the oil from the peanut butter out to help make it solidify again. To be malleable. So I can get it into a good ball shape to roll in the sugar. Did I add? I did. Okay. Perfect. In general and in horror, they assume 25 is room temp for things that happen. Oh, gotcha. Weird, but interesting. You would think not, but who am I to say what any form of like movie making or Hollywood does? Or games. I think Phasmo has it more correct. Phasmo has room temperature around 20. I heard a cat make a weird noise. But I think it was just drinking. I think I heard one at the fountain. Oop. Yeah, see, if you don't squeeze it enough, it just kind of crumbles. Because it's getting dry. Because that's what dough does when it sits for a little bit. It's another reason to not do 3 batches all at once in this instance. Double batch is more than enough. I mean, in Phasmo, it's nighttime usually and no heater on. So it being 10C makes sense. Yes. Yes. Until you turn the breaker on and then the heater is on. Except in Nell's Diner in the freezer, which makes it a real struggle if you have a ghost in there. You basically have to rule out every other room. Seamus has been bamboozled by the Nell's Diner freezer so many times it cracks me up. It cracks me up. I laugh at him every time. Speaking of Phasmo, the winter event is coming soon, Winter's Jest, so while I may not be streaming it immediately because of cookies, know that I will be getting on there to get going to get my trophies. We don't talk about that, it's a bullshit mechanic. Maybe you should just get good, Seamus. Played it yet? Played Up in Minecraft both got updates this week. Yeah, I haven't played the Played Up one yet either, and I'm So House Flipper 2 got its update, and I did that yesterday, both before and after stream. I started before, and then I finished it up after. And tonight, after this stream, if I finish at a decent hour, I will be trying out the Played Up update. Which I should. It's only 8:45. I should be done by 10. Got 30 seconds on the timer. So I'm gonna get this one rolled in sugar, and then I'm gonna swap some trays. So much grease. Okay. Delete that. Let's go swap trays. And then once I finish that tray, I'll start taking stuff off. And I know I'm not swinging you guys every single time. That's by design because I figure it's a little easier this way, time-wise. Okay, there's another tray in, tray number 4. Add cookies, 16. Okay. Back to this. And yeah, when we pick back up tomorrow, the counter for just the daily amount of cookies will be reset. But the one for total will continue going. Maybe tomorrow we'll start a prediction at the beginning of stream for how many extra cookies will I end up baking that day. How does that sound? Oh yeah, these Hershey Kisses are definitely a little melty. That actually might be the problem. Because it's so warm in here. I think I'm gonna actually put these in the fridge for a little bit while I do the detraying of cookies. Let them kind of cool down. There's not many left, but you know, every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Okay, those are on the tray, ready to go. So now I will turn off the overhead for the moment, and we'll do the little spinny spin, because I'm going to take cookies off. Off of the trays. Ha-ha! And then we're practically all caught up to the trays. So that is kind of what I was afraid of. I was trying to not catch up to myself, but what can I say? It happens. It is what it is. And I know that this stand kind of blocks your view, but that stand is a lifesaver, let me tell you what. A lifesaver. It's glorious. I also want to say Seamus and I inherited my dad's old dining room table because my brother and sister-in-law got a new one. And it's not any wider, but it is a little bit longer, and that little bit of extra length is giving me just enough extra space that it's like super handy. It's super handy, I'm not gonna lie. Oh. Tell you what, it's gonna be nice and toasty in here for a while. I may actually have to step outside just to cool off. My oven is giving me a hot flash. Okay. All off the trays. Excellent. Those ones have yet to be baked. So we'll put this tray over here. We got 5.5 minutes on the clock. I will give you guys another spin back. Naughty oven, right, Rukia? Right? Imagine being able to only do just one at a time because no room to cool. I wouldn't be able to bake. I really wouldn't be able to bake. Or massive counter space. Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's not even just for the baking stream. If I didn't have the ability to do more than one tray at a time, baking would be impossible. Unless I was doing those crazy recipes that only make like a dozen cookies, which who wants only a dozen cookies? Not me. Definitely not me. I want lots of cookies. Okay, let me... Actually, you know what? We'll do the scooping, and then I'll go get the kisses back out of the fridge. So overhead cam, come back. So this is tray number 6. So I need this tray and one more. Okay, actually, I probably can get that. Perfect. It's always a gamble when you start getting down in the bowl to the bottom dregs of the dough, which, like, there's where we're at. It's kind of nice that I can just grab and move. That's actually quite handy. A dozen per person, maybe? Exactly, Orca. You're speaking my language. You're speaking my language. That's how I like them. I have to remind myself that there are plenty of people out there. They just have like a few cookies and then they're good. They don't need a lot. And I'm like, who are you? What alien life form has taken you over? Because I mean, then again, I am just a sugarholic. I am addicted to sugar. I will freely admit that sugar is my vice. And I've been working very hard, actually, by providing myself more opportunities to have sugar, to not consume as much sugar. Hi, Vin. How are you? When your gardens, you're 100% the same. Yep. Oh man, if I garden, like if I could successfully garden, I don't want to know how many cookies I would eat in a sitting. But yeah, I'm providing myself more opportunities to have sweets so that I don't feel the need to overindulge when I see them, because it feels like there's scarcity, if that makes sense. So by always having access to them, I'm actually eating less of them. It's kind of brilliant. Love you some baked goods. Yesterday I had one cookie, low carb and still full from breakfast, but the mother of your partner made those for me because she knows you can't have apple pie. Oh, why can't you have apple pie? Right? It makes sense. forbid the kiddo to eat things and they'll scarf it down when they can. Exactly, Orca. Scarcity makes you want it more. It absolutely does. And for a little while, I was like, I can't bake because, you know, I don't want to put weight on. I'm already well over what weight I should be. And then every time I did bake, like, I would bake 10 dozen cookies and Seamus and I would have them gone in a weekend because we never were eating cookies and stuff. Now I bake 10 dozen cookies, I give away at least half of them, and the other 5 dozen last us a week and a half. That's way better. So much better. Vin, are you gonna be baking cookies soon? I know you were saying you wanted to. I know you were saying you wanted to. So I have tried monk fruit, and monk fruit irritates my IBS. I can't do monk fruit, I can't do stevia, and I can't have sugar alcohols. Oh, you might be talking to Orca. Diabetic sugar glucose will just rock it. Yeah. Diabetic. Yeah, and apples are so sugary. The flour and the other ingredients, the carbs. Yeah, not the actual sugar. That makes sense. You're saying it in general. Okay. Yeah, no. My IBS is like super picky. It's really a shame because I wanted to do like the advanced GG and stuff for the extra hydration and electrolytes and supporting, you know, like Rain and whatnot with the fact that she's got the code, but they all use sugar alcohols or stevia. So Seamus drinks it. We do support because Seamus can have it, but I can't. Oh, timer. Timer. Let me pull those out. And apparently knock my list off of the table at the same time. Come hither, cookies. You go there. Next set goes in. Ooh, so warm. Ugh, pick my paper up. Start the timer, that's the most important part, and tally the cookies. All right, Corel, I love you, but no ads. Thank you, you're in my way of my chat. The cookie was just yum, 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 but you couldn't eat more than, hi, Rain. More than one the measure on kind of prevent, oh, you got Ozempic. That's a bad thing, though. Okay, almond flour and coconut flour, the carbs aren't as bad. Good to know. What's funny is that I found out that you might be part of the IBS squad. Oh, no, Rain. Regular sugar that causes distress mostly, even in things like fruit. Oh, that's so rough, though. You're gonna make a meatloaf soon. Ooh, meatloaf is so good. I love a good meatloaf, Finn. I really love a good meatloaf. Seamus was talking about making one soon, but he's gonna have to wait till a day that I'm not baking into the evening so that he can use the oven. What's your favorite thing to pair with meatloaf? Now there's a question. You might record it? Dude, if you're up for it, I think you should. I love your cooking videos. You guys, Vin is like my counterpart. I do all of the sugary confections and Vin does all of the like savory things. And he has a YouTube with cooking videos that are amazing. He's got a great sense of humor. Mashed potatoes and gravy, of course. Oh, I love good mashed potatoes. I love mine with some like glazed carrots. So good. Meatloaf and mashed potatoes is your favorite, Bubbly? I actually don't know if I've ever had mashed potatoes with my meatloaf. It's a great pairing. I just don't know if I've ever had it prepared that way. You love meatloaf, top 10 fave comfort foods, right? It is such a comfort food. Glazed carrot sounds amazing. It's so comforting. Yeah, yup. Meatloaf is one of the reasons why I could never be a vegetarian. Meatloaf, meatballs, Meatballs especially. Come January, pasta sauce and meatballs is happening because I need fresh meatballs in my life. I need them. Mashed potatoes you could eat deep plainly. I mean, facts. Facts. Potatoes in any form are good though, really, right? I discovered, gosh, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, I discovered latkes. Potato pancakes. Oh, buddy. Those are so good. Martin's never had meatloaf. What? You better make that for him, Rain. What? I'm currently eating pate and crackers. Pate is a thing. I just like, what kind of pate? Potatoes are a gift from the gods. Exactly, Vin. Exactly. When I was just diagnosed with diabetes, I found a cheesy meatball recipe, but didn't want to roll them into balls, so you stuffed them into muffin tins. Oh, that's clever. That's really clever. Yeah, I roll them into balls, and then I bake them, and then my sauce will already be on, and I slap them into the sauce so that they can be good and saucy and delicious, because that's how meatballs should be. Those Sunday roasts there, they don't do meatloaf. That's true with the Yorkshire puddings. I will potentially attempt to make those, Rain. I have to get the pan for them, but I will attempt them. Because they sound interesting. And I mean, you could put other things in those. Shepherd pie, yes. Brussels pate, interesting. Interesting. That sounds good though, Ash. That does sound good. Meat muffins with cheese, little Moz ball. Hey, it works, Orca. That is delicious. I have a recipe that I'm going to make that's essentially a giant meatball. A meatball loaf. Vin, hello, that sounds so freaking good. What is cottage pie? I don't know cottage pie. I only learned about shepherd's pie like 3 years ago too. I was culinarily squashed as a child because my dad didn't like variety and we didn't have a ton of money for a 5-person family. Cottage pie is shepherd's pie but with beef. Oh, well then all I've ever had is cottage pie because we've always made it with, like, the way I've had it, it's always been made with beef. Like, I say we, I mean my sister-in-law Marissa, who makes it. I've never had lamb in my life. That's so fascinating. Yeah, we just have always called the one with ground beef shepherd's pie. Now I know. Now I know. Today I learned. Ask cottage. Or ask cottage pie. I can ask Phoenix. I will ask Phoenix. And then I'm gonna be jealous. One of these days, Vin, one of these days, we will be in the same zip code and you will make a bomb ass dinner, and I will make a bomb ass dessert, and nobody is going home hungry. Nobody. Oh, I'm so greasy. 3.5 minutes. Squashy, squashy. Ass dessert dinner. Ass dessert probably means something else to some people. I'm just saying. That is probably 2 words I shouldn't have strung together, but they will live in infamy from now on. And considering yesterday we were talking about anus cookies and making lava cakes where they looked like a pair of butt cheeks, so when you cut into them it was like an explosion. Like, yesterday was unhinged on this channel and it's heading that way again. Right when we make our Twitch community IRL. Ass is the Dutch equivalent of ASD, so you're pretending that's what I meant? What cookie? Anus cookies. Anus cookies. 6 foot bong, and I can do the mains and I can take care of the desserts. Perfect. Nipple cookies. That's what they're calling these. These are nipple cookies. What cookies? Nip knock cookies. Yesterday was glorious. So yesterday, backstory. Yesterday we made the awans, and one of the potential ingredients in awans is anise extract, like licorice flavored extract. And my sister decided that it was anise extract because she wanted to call it anise, and Seamus and I had to correct her and say it's anise. So anise became anus, and now they're anus cookies. And then that led into the lava cake discussion. Yep, it was a thing. It was a whole thing. Unhinged. Absolutely unhinged. So licorice cookies. Yeah, basically. And you weren't even here. You weren't. Yeah. It was a special time. It was a memorable time. Hashtag Anus Lives Matters appeared in chat. Thanks to Seamus. Was wild in here. And then I dumped all of that energy on the wholesome Peggy Rogers. Gonna cookie for kiddo? Absolutely. Absolutely, go get your stuff done. Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 10. I need 10 cookies out of this tray because we're getting down to the bottom of the bowl. But if I get 10 cookies, I have exactly enough, which would mean I don't have any extra, but that would make me good on my batches. Gotta pull the tray, Ugh. Hot. The oven air is hot on my face. One tray out. Whew. One tray in. Start the timer. Mark the sheet. Add them in here. And then back to scooping. I will scoop as many as I can, but I don't think I'm getting another tray beyond this. I don't think I am. One of these days, by the way, because we do talk about such ludicrous cookies, I will, just for the hell of it, make not safe for work cookies, and we will shape, like, I will find booby and penis and whatever else cookie cutters, and then I will, like, probably a lot of dicks, and then I will send boxes of dick cookies to my teammates, and that will be hilarious. Nuts cookies, but without actual nuts. Okay, I'll have to unwrap a couple extra Hershey Kisses, but I think I can get exactly 16 on this tray and then call it good. So we'll have just a few extra. Which again, good on me for making like a really solid, perfect amount and not having too much extra, because the bowl is basically empty. There it is. That's what's left. Not enough to worry about. There we go. Have a chocolate festival here that does that, but with chocolate. That's amazing, Rukia. There's a shop that sells penis and boob pasta. I love that, Orca. I love that so much. Seamus could lick the bowl. If Seamus liked to lick the bowl. Seamus is actually not a bowl licker. He's one of the few people in life that doesn't like raw cookie dough. So cookie dough ice cream, not for Seamus. He likes other things. Of course you do, Seamus. Of course you do. The spoon. He likes other bowl-shaped things, basically, Bubbly. You are not wrong. Ooh, woo. Yeah, the anus cookies are going to live on in infamy at this point. Yes, indeed, they are. And once the Iwans are done drying out from the oil, I will take a full picture of the 2 bins full of Iwans. But they're kind of in a cramped location, and I don't want to bring them in unnecessarily, so, because cats, until I can keep them covered. Hi, Gothic Fairy Queen, how are you? Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Cats just provide free deco and cat hair. They do. And I prefer, like, I don't mind cat hair on my clothing, on my floors, on my bedding, but I'd really rather not have it in my food and in my mouth. Better putting me on your TV and going to sleep? Aw, I hope you feel better. Thank you for putting me on your TV. I hope you get some good rest. Rest is important when you're not feeling well. You know it. Oh my goodness, Seamus. Of course. 'Tis the season, for real though, for germs. 'Tis the friggin' season. My goal is to get through to at least March, the end of March, without getting horrendously sick. That's my goal. I'm hoping that the fact that I'm moving more and getting more exercise and stuff helps me to bolster my immune system some and not end up horrendously ill. That's the goal. That is the goal. 4 minutes on the clock. Just rolling my balls. I don't want to add more sugar. We have just this, so I'm trying to get the sugar off the bottom. Woohoo! Helps if I don't drop my balls. Yeah, so tomorrow's thumbprints. Ooh. No, I do have the right stuff. You wish that was the case for you? Not getting sick? Yeah, you work in a germ factory, Bubbly. That makes it a little difficult. I was just realizing that one of the jams that I had ordered, we got the wrong one. We ordered seedless and they sent seeded. So I'm waiting for a replacement. But I think I have seedless, like an extra. I think. Otherwise, they're just gonna all be blackberry thumbprints. Which is not a terrible thing, but I do like to mix in between the two. Some variety. Variety within a cookie type. Which is kind of nice, I think, anyways. But, I mean, if I have to pick between the two, blackberry is my favorite. Just something about blackberry. It's so good. And you also don't see it very frequently. Like raspberry you see pretty regularly, but I feel like blackberry not so much. And if I thought people liked boysenberry enough, I would just use boysenberry, but there's an even more niche flavor. Hubby brought home Taco Bell for dinner, and the Baja Blast Freeze is actually helping your throat. Oh, good. I mean, it makes sense. There's a lot of, like, thick sugar in it because of the corn syrup, and it's cold. So it really does make sense, because that's why honey helps make your throat feel better. It's not because honey has the antioxidants or anything. It's because honey coats the throat. You can get blackberries all the time there. Oh, that's so lucky. I love blackberries. They're seasonal where I live. Seasonal to like late summer. But that's true of a lot of things, because right now the ground is frozen. Nothing's growing outside right now. You can't have honey. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame, because honey is so good. But I get it. I can't have garlic, and people mourn for me for that. And because of the high grease content, I can't have bacon either. That and nitrates. The nitrates in bacon will get me. So if it's nitrate free, and I really drain the grease off of it, I can have bacon. But otherwise, no dice. No dice. Squish, squish. Okay, let's get the ones we have unwrapped in here, and then I'll pull out the bag. Anaphylactic honey and bee stings. I had a feeling it was something like that. My aunt is like that. It started with just mild allergic reaction to bee stings, and then as she got older, it got worse. And yeah, now she cannot have honey either, so she can't have our mead, which is very sad, because she would have liked to try it. An extra 6 cookies. 6 Hershey Kisses coming right up. Nope. Taking the cookies out of the oven coming right up. And then this tray, when it's ready, will go right in. Oh, hot. Hot, 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 hot. Oh. Got lots of cookies to take off trays. Okay, back to what I was doing. 6 Hershey Kisses. 2, 4, 6. Actually, here's where my OCD will come in. I have to have 2 of each color. I strongly dislike garlic, hate the sun, and hate mirrors, and am preferably up in the night hours. I think I might be a vampire. You might be, Orca. Welcome to the clan. For I, too, am a vampire. Yeah, I'm just unwrapping. Unwrapping and placing for our last tray. So we caught up to ourselves, but right at the right time, the end. The end of the trays. And can I see the time watch? Like, that would be great. Right around when I expected. I figured it would be no more than 4 hours, likely closer to 3, and we're at 3 hours, 15 minutes. So, Not bad on my brain estimate for time. I'm proud of myself. Mine was firstly with bee stings, had a bad reaction when I was around 8, but I used to eat honey all the time. And then one day I reacted to the honey, and the next time I had honey by mistake, when I ate a honey roasted ham, I ended up in the hospital struggling to breathe. Oh, that is the worst way to find out too, really. And I'm sure whoever was with you that made the ham and didn't think of it or whatnot felt terrible. And now, because you have an unusual allergy, you get all of the people who will be telling you it can't be that bad. It's probably not that serious. How do I know? Because I have those people in my life and I'm just like, bitch, please. Bitch, please. Okay, last tray. Number 7 going in. So I'll mark that down. I'm gonna add the cookies in now. Can't be that bad. Watch me, right? I'm gonna go put these in the oven. And then I'll spin you guys because we're gonna be de-traying. Got a whole host of cookies to take off of trays. Start. There we go. It was my fault. I didn't check the label on the sandwich. Oh, that's brutal. Once you have an allergy or are sensitive to something, reading labels becomes second nature. It kind of does, which is a shame. Okay. We're starting with the bottom tray, and it's already cool enough that I don't need a glove, so there's that. You know what's really nice about having that counter, I just realized? I don't have to do manual math if I don't want to at the end of the night. I can just look at my stream counter, and I've got the total number. That's gonna be super handy. Wow, secondary benefits are great. Go counters. Grab the glove, because now we're getting into the warmer trays. I will probably also have to take some of these off of the cooling rack to get them space for the final ones. Yes, sirree, Bob, I probably will. Scooch, 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 scooch. There we go. I'm really pleased with the Christmas music I found on Epidemic Sound because you know what? These are good tracks. They're not like too much, in my opinion. They're not too much. Okay, let's see how many of these I can fit on here before I run out of space. Because some Christmas music becomes over the top. Partially because it gets played too early, and partially because it's the same like 12 songs that every department store in everywhere plays. And most of it's Mariah Carey. No shade on Mariah Carey. That woman is rich as fuck because of Christmas music. She makes like millions of dollars a year off of her Christmas music every year. I just don't want to listen to it all the time. Okay, set that down. Let's take some off from the other side into the bin. So that I have space. Lots and lots of space. And I do apologize because right now while I'm doing this cookie part, I really can't look at chat. But I will come and see your messages in a momento. In a momento. Gotta get these cookies off of this tray. Cookies, 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 cookies. I love this time of year. A lot of people ask me just how I manage to always have the energy, the time, so on and so forth. And like, they wonder if I ever get tired of it. And the answer is no. I really and truly enjoy Christmas cookies. Everything about them. It just brings me happiness. Can it feel overwhelming in my brain? 100%. I'm not going to say that I never feel overwhelmed by this. But once I get into it, once the flow starts, I'm in my happy place. I just genuinely enjoy doing the Christmas cookies. The first year I did them, I will say this, the first year I did them after my mom passed was a little hard because I used to bake with her. But beyond that, it's beautiful. And I mean, baking in general still makes me a little weepy because of my mom. She's a meme now. She is a meme now, Rain. Today, total 112. So, how many dozen is that? Hold the phone. Whoop, that's not the app I wanted to click on. Thank you. 112 divided by 12. 9.3 dozen. So 9 dozen plus 4. Yeah, 9 dozen plus 4. So just a few. Heck and heck. Just a few. And see, this is the crazy thing, okay? This is the crazy thing. I did put in some work and I have to physically tell myself that I put in some work because I have done these Christmas cookies so many times now that to me, this is second nature. What did I say? 112? 112. Because I do mark this on my sheet so I remember. How many I actually got. And now while I'm thinking of it, my sister does not want bonbons. Because neither she nor her husband eat them like crazy people. They're so good. The bonbons are so amazing. 3 batches in about 4. It's actually only 2 batches. We never made the 3rd. Are you Grandma and her last name now? I might as well be. I have no grandkids. And I probably never will because I have no children. But I will be anybody's grandma. Bonbons. Is there a picture in the cookie book? Now there's a real good question. Bonbons are this delicious confection where you basically make frosting and turn it into cookie dough. And then you wrap it around stuff to make a cookie. And it comes from the era of 1955 to 1960. There's got to be a picture of them in here somewhere. I just have to find them. You do have this book now. Yeah. Bonbons are so good. Bonbons are amazing. If I don't have a picture in here, I'll find a picture in my phone. But I'm going to try here first. There's the candy canes. Oh, there's bonbons on the bottom of this page. So these are bonbons from the top. You can fill them with literally anything. they are delicious. So my grandmother used to make them, some of them with Hershey Kisses, some of them with coconut, some of them with cherries, like dried out maraschino cherries, and some of them with gumdrops. I have not found a good source for the dried cherries, so I have attempted to make them with just like regular maraschino cherries, and they always end up staying soggy, because you can make chocolate dough or vanilla dough, and the chocolate dough around cherries is delicious. So I've given up on the cherries and I just do gumdrops, and I separate the gumdrops out. Like, here comes the OCD. I separate the gumdrops out into all 6 piles. So the white ones, which I think are technically pineapple flavored, the red ones, the orange, green, yellow, and the purple ones, which are that dreaded black licorice. And the black licorice all go to Seamus because most people don't like it. So I don't bake that into cookies. And then the other 5, I pull out exactly the number I need, so I always know ahead of time how many. Shush, Seamus. So I always know exactly how many bonbons I'm gonna make based on how I separate them out. It's usually about 25 of each color. And then I keep them separate as I'm baking them. And I remember which one's which is a feat. And I dip them specifically in icing to match. So if it's, I have to grab this out of the oven. If it's a red gumdrop, it's gonna get red icing. If it's an orange gumdrop, it's getting orange icing. That way, people who are grabbing the gumdrops, the bonbons, they know what cookie they're getting. Because I personally think that's important. Since we do have gumdrop preferences, and I never give anybody 2 of the same color. So if your box has a green, a white, a red, and a yellow, and you know you don't like white colored gumdrops, you just don't eat the one with the white frosting, the white icing. You're allergic to coconut too? See, I just don't like coconut. Not the texture of it. Yep, there's the color coded, 100% bubbly. The bonbons are also probably the most labor intensive cookie that I make. Because first I separate the gumdrops. But I have to make the dough, and I have to keep milk on hand because the dough will dry out as I'm working it. And the way to rehydrate that dough is with milk. Knead it back in. And then once I've made the dough, I sit here and I have to listen to something during this. I usually listen to a podcast. You guys get music. The focus time thing is up. And you individually have to take a scoop of dough, flatten it in your palm, and then you wrap it around the gumdrop, pinch off excess, put it back in the bowl, set it on the tray. Do that for all of them. Then bake it and do it for the next set. After it's done baking, it has to cool. Once cool, you mix together confectioner's sugar, milk, and vanilla extract, plus food coloring, to make your icing. And then you sit and dip them in the icing, set them on your drip whatever to drip and dry, and sprinkle them with sprinkles. And then you have to wait like 3 hours for the tops to harden before you can put them in a container to store them. Like, it is a process. But I love them so much. The bonbons are so good. Good night, Ash. Thank you for being here. 2:30 in the morning is very late. I appreciate you being here. I really do. Speaking of it being late, I'm going to stop raids from coming in because we are going to take these cookies off of the tray, and then it will be time to go be Desktop Sam. Because we are at the end of tonight's cookies. We have done it. We have successfully baked the peanut butter blossoms. 2 cookies down, 10 to go. Thumbprints will be very easy tomorrow. It'll be another 6 p.m. Eastern start time. Again, I've got a kid's birthday party to go to first for a cousin. That starts at 12:30 my time. I'm not anticipating being there too super long, but I want time to get home, unwind, set things up. So, and I feel like it makes it easier for you guys if I can keep times not like super all over the place, because they do bounce a little bit. Because tomorrow is 6 p.m. Eastern, and then Sunday I think I'm slated to start at 2 p.m. Eastern, because lo and behold, Sunday is the bonbons. So I have to sort gumdrops tomorrow-ish, some point. Oh, are you in that bag, Hera? Is that a good bag, little girl? Is that a good bag? All right. All right, cookies are off the tray. Fantastic. I'm gonna spin you guys back around just so that this is back where it belongs. And I am gonna go in to be desktop Sam, so I'm gonna turn this mic off just so that it doesn't backfeed the music, and I'll meet you guys in there. Yes, those are socials in the Discord. If you wanna check out any of them, I'll meet you at the desktop. I'll meet you in there. All right, you should be able to hear me on desktop. Excuse me, Obsbot, it's very rude of you to not focus on my face. Focus on my hand, focus on my face, thank you. Go, 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 or not, yeah. He just missed his chance to do a little dance. It's okay. It's okay. Let's see who's on and doing the stuff and the things. Where shall we go? Welcome back to desktop. Thank you, Bubbly. Thank you, Bubbly. Ooh, we've got options, you guys. We've got options. But I think I know where I'm going. I think I know where I'm going. I just have to double check a thing. Oh my goodness. Well, I haven't seen that face on in a little while. Oh, he's going into his pretzels. I was like, what is he getting into? Pretzels. Understandable. Understandable. What are you doing, person? Okay. So, I think... I've changed my mind on where we're going. Because if possible, I'd like to keep us in the baking category. Originally, I was going to go to Tootie because she's doing Plate Up and we were talking about Plate Up. But Mer Bakes has... Well, she's been live for a little bit, but she's doing morning buns. So I think we're going to go keep it in the baking category and go see Mer. Mer is somebody who I'm technically... It is rating roulette. I'm technically in the Twitch Women's Guild with, even though neither one of us really paid enough attention to that to realize it. It was the lesbian next door, L&D, who alerted us to each other. You like my buns? Ooh, woo, Seamus. Ooh, woo. So, we are going to go see Mer Bakes. She is fabulous. She is lovely. She has great energy. I think you will enjoy your time over there. And I'm glad, at least I hope, you enjoyed your time here. Ara, Seamus. You like your waifu's buns too? Ooh, woo, jazz. So, tomorrow, same time, same crazy corner of the internet, 6 p.m. Eastern, Thumbprints. Day 3 of the 12 days of Christmas cookies. We'll be back baking again. So if you want to know how to make the thumbprints, there it is. Oh my god, Seamus. Not the anus lives matter. My goodness. Always a good time with the besties. I'm glad you're enjoying it. We do like buns here. We do. So, I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. We're going to have a fantastic time. The thumbprints are always immaculate and always delicious. The cookie counter, will go up because now that we can actually count cookies, we do count cookies. The Ewans are just uncountable. They're just uncountable. So, if you're subscribed, the top raid message with the mandalas is going to be for you. If you're not subscribed, then the bottom one with the hearts will be what you want to use. Either Seamus or Bubbly will pop them up here in a second. Closing the next 2 nights, Carrie. Ooh, brutal. Brutal. You're Irish. Good lord. Good lord. There it is. There it is. I combined them into one command too. I'm very proud of myself. So we are going to go see Merbakes. I appreciate you guys being here, whether you rated, lurked, chatted, dropped biddies, subscribed, resubscribed, gifted subs, like however you chose to be here. You did choose to be here. You chose to be here and support, and I really appreciate you guys for it. Like, from the bottom of my heart to the top of it, I really appreciate it. I can't wait to see you tomorrow for more cookies, and in the meantime, make sure you take a moment to practice some self-care. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you love you, because you matter, friends. Have a great night. Let's go say hi to Mare.